I'll call this Bang Bang.
Seriously?
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
Pull up, bitch.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
Objection. Objection.
I will fuck you up. KO. Bang bang. I will fuck you up. You're a bitch, bro. I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up. Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up. Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang.
Witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor, the Commonwealth will call Trooper Michael Proctor to the stand. Please state your name and spell your last name for the jury.
Michael Proctor, Proctor.
You're a bitch, bro. I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
Welcome to the Weekend Live Show.
508 is where I'm from.
We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night. Let us know in the comments right now where you reppin'.
Apache Junction, Taunton, Worcester, Long Island, Manchard, South Florida, Webster, Malden, Framingham, Tucson, Billerica, Salem, Gloucester, Moosop, Connecticut, Charleston, South Carolina, Roslindale, Moosop, Connecticut, London, Hanson, Glendale, Arizona, Lynn, Mapleville, Quincy.
Food stands, leave it closed, buddy, and
hey, you a funny ass guy, man.
Have you ever heard of Turtleboy? Yeah? Are you a fan?
508 is where I'm from.
Hey, what's up?
508 is where I'm from.
How was that?
You a freaking idiot. Stop telling people that I'm mentally deranged and stupid.
Call me Aidan. I'm not a doctor, but...
Get out of my store, please.
You're a fucking loser.
You are a loser.
You're not a journalist. You're nobody.
You're not turtle hair. Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
NFL on the house, blog that.
Let's get this party started.
And I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. And we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Tick, tick, boom. Boys, go baby, we bringing our toys. Boys, chopper be singing, should be on the boards. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets.
Karen Reed has supporters who've shown up in large numbers.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this, so it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet. We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen this. An outpouring of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer. Unbelievable situation. Never seen anything like it.
Tick, tick, boom.
You don't care.
can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me?
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. It's go, 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 go time.
Tick, tick, boom.
Boom. What's up, people? Oh, I gotta switch hats. I can't have this hat on. Notre Dame, as much as I appreciate them. You gotta do Turtleboy live show, right? All right. And you know what? I want to go with the red hat. Hold on. Go with the free Turtleboy. There it is. All right. What's up, peeps? How's everyone doing out there tonight? Good? Good. Excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aidan Kearney. I go by a variety of nom de plumes that you can call me. You can call me Clarence Woods Emerson. That's my name on Facebook, of course. You can call me, or at least I get to go back live there in like a week or so. I get that back, the Bus Stop Live. So I'm also on another Facebook account called Aidan Kearney. So you can check me out on there. You can follow me on, or you can call me Uncle Turtleboy. Old school turtle riders are known to do that. You can call me Dr. Turtleboy. It's actually my preferred pronoun of choice. You can call me Daddy if you prefer. You know, I can understand that it could be a little bit weird for some people, but you know, I'll allow it. You can call me A. Timothy Kearney. That's my true crime name when I'm putting on my leather jacket and going into the woods and getting deep in thought and really solving a lot of murder mysteries that have been unsolved for decades sometimes. You never know. But I don't care what you call me. Just be here every journalism, Jesus, whatever. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp, and make sure you smash that subscribe button. We're getting close to 105,000 subs. Pretty cool. I think we're once this trial comes, I think we're gonna get a little bit more. You know, I mean, think about it. The trial is scheduled to start, guys, 1 month from today. 31 days. The second trial of Karen Reed is set to begin. I mean, how do we feel about that? You guys think it's going to happen? Let me do a poll question. Why don't we start with the poll question? All right, let's see. Will trial 2.0 start on April 1st? All right. So just still a poll question there. Will the Karen Reed trial 2.0 start on April 1st? What do you guys think? Can I be Clay's godmother? Well, he's dead, so I guess he done got murdered. Adrian O'Donnell. All right, let's see what people are saying. So far, we have 835 voters, and 69% of you say no, it will not happen. Oh, I don't know. She seemed pretty hellbent on April 1st, didn't she? You know, I think we can all agree. So let's see. That's one poll question we'll ask. All right, you could go either way. That's what she said. All right, so we're 1,100 votes in. It's about 68%. Let's do another poll. Can I end this one? All right, end that poll. Let's do another one. Start a poll. Okay. All right. Will Auntie Bev dismiss the charges against Karen Reed? That's the next poll question we got. Let's see what people say. Okay, we are. Hold on. How many votes in? 800 votes in like 2 seconds. It's 93% say no. How funny is that? That it's not that we don't think they should be dropped or anything like that. Hold on. It's that we know her too well. It's that we know her too well, isn't it? And we know that woman ain't dropping shit. She's enjoying this too much. She should. Every legal pundit I saw talking about this, man, and we're talking about some people who aren't necessarily the biggest free kind of read people. Obviously, DUI guy was like the most. He said he wanted to strangle her. That was awesome. But even lawyer, Peter Tragos, Mr. Non-controversial extraordinaire. He called Brennan an idiot yesterday. Now he walked it back about within a split second, but that's how he really felt. That's how, and he was right. His first instinct was right. Let it all out, Peter. You'll feel a lot better. I know that's not really your thing, but brother counsel, Peter Tragos, I'm sure Emily Baker, like all these people know that these charges should be dropped. We got a new lawyer. There's a new lawyer. I got to get him on the show. There's a new guy on Twitter who had the funniest tweet yesterday. Did you guys see this guy? He's awesome. I love this guy. He's new. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. He goes, bro. He's happily angry Esquire. Happily angry lawyer. And he says, bro, I can't even wrap my head around the fact that there's a dude named Turtleboy prominently featured in a high-stakes murder prosecution involving the FBI, DOJ, DAs, and multiple powerful firms. And he's funny, too, because I was like, that's Dr. Turtleboy, actually. And his response was great. He just goes, understood. So at least he respects my pronouns. But he's funny. Like, I'm like, this is a guy who just came upon the case, had never seen it before. And he's just, I don't know. He's like, I knew about Brennan. I didn't realize he proceeded to copy and paste the Brennan caption onto a subsequent file. Is this real? I feel like I'm getting bamboozled. Like, is this? I know. How is this real? He had some other good ones here that I found. Well, the Commonwealth almost got their first citation, right? That's a good start. Jesus, they're bad at legal writing. I'm surprised they finished writing this before they finished eating all the crayons. Holy shit, this is painful. I love the sophisticated legal reasoning of nah, repeated over and over again. Is this 3 independent clauses in a single sentence? This is a crime literally worse than murder. The Commonwealth has produced evidence that since January of 2022, the Sallyport camera was replaced due to its defective condition. And during the first trial, the Commonwealth called the technology director for the town of Canton to testify about surveillance video systems through the town, and he was subject to cross-examination by the defense. I know it is quite a sentence. It says, not great. What's this one? They filed its certificate of compliance after reasonable inquiry. Subsequently, the prosecutor requested. Yeah, not how semicolons work. Anyway, so that guy's a trip. I was like reading this guy. He's fucking hilarious. But he's like, it just shows you this is what like a newcomer to the case who's never seen any of this shit before. This is his immediate reaction to this stuff. Like, it's so, how is this possible? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's there. Okay, next. Yeah, like this one. The inverted video alone should have ended careers. And he's absolutely right about that. Like, they entered an inverted video into evidence at trial that was just sprung on the defense like a couple weeks beforehand, apparently. And they inverted it. They switched it on purpose. That didn't, and we, to this day, we don't know how that happened. All we know is the state police just say that's how they gave it to us. And then and then Hankey's on the case and he's saying, oh yeah, there's some retired guy. He's got it on a file. We're gonna look into that. Yeah, somebody said Auntie shrugged in the comments. That's exactly what happened. Oh, well, luckily she's not having grave concerns about that. That does not gravely concern her at all. Nor does the cost to the taxpayers. You guys see this shit? Remember, when they hired Spanky Brennan, they told us he was going to get paid. Okay, here's how much Hank Brennan will be paid to prosecute Karen Reed in second trial. Okay. How much? Up 75 grand. $75,000 funded by the taxpayers. Okay, cool. Up to $250 an hour. He's being compensated under a maximum obligation contract, which expires on June 30th. If his fees exceed that amount, or the case goes on past June 30th, a new contract will be written per the agreement. What kind of bullshit is that? So it's not a contract. It's not a contract for $75,000 if you can get paid more if your fees go beyond that. So it's not, why did they even say $75,000? They should just say it's whatever the fuck you want us to pay you. That's what it is. You will tell us how much we're going to pay you. You just bill us, and we have no choice but to pay you. We're not going to argue because it's not our fucking money, so we don't have to be frugal or anything with that. We're just going to pay you. That's what they said. So 75 grand, that was the number, but I said from the beginning, I'm like, that ain't the number. There's no way this guy's earning less than Ken Mello. No fucking way. This guy, he's got to go to trial. Ken Mello hasn't sniffed a trial. And he's already at over 80 grand. So then WBZ comes out with this story. Special prosecutor Hank Brennan could make $225,000 trying Karen Reed's case. So the bill just drastically went up threefold. WBZ first reported that special prosecutor was set to make $75,000. A public records request reveals his pay has been increased, and he will now make $225,000. Spoiler alert. He's going to make more than that. This is just the beginning. This is just he's not stopping at that. Why? We haven't even started trial. We're trial prep every day for the next month. His entire day is going to be dedicated to this. He doesn't have time for other cases, I'm assuming. So his entire day is just going to be filled with this. So that's, let's $250 an hour, right? Sure, that's all he's going to charge, right? He could charge a lot more than that, I'm sure. But let's suppose it's just $250 an hour, and he works 8 hours a day. He'll definitely bill him for 10. So that's $2,500 a day. Over a week, that's $12,500. Over a month, that's $50,000. So that's $50,000 for this month. And then the trial starts. And the trial, we're talking, again, easy 10-hour days every day. So yeah, basically 50. This is going to get at least $500,000 he's going to get paid for. At least $500,000. There's no fucking way. And Adam Lally, I love how this report indicated Adam Lally's how much he makes. Norfolk DA or ADA Adam Lally tried Reed's first case and is still on the team. He just sits there and does nothing, though. Brennan is working under a maximum obligation contract, which states that his maximum pay will be $225,000. Oh, right. So it's amended. So we'll just amend this one again, too. Right. For context, according to the public records, Lally makes $145,000, which is a lot more than I thought he made. And Laura McLaughlin made $119,000. So he's already made more than both of them, almost both of them combined, pretty close. And we're just a few months in. And again, this is what we're paying. Your kids are going without an extra teacher in the classroom. Your potholes aren't getting filled. Constituent services aren't getting done because we're paying for this. That should outrage everyone. Even the people on the other side, you should be outraged by this too. There are 70 ADAs in the Norfolk DA's office. They're on salary. They're already getting paid. They will do this for their salary. You don't need to pay them anything extra. We're just paying this guy extra to do something that we already pay people to do. That should outrage all of us. And I saw some people being like, money well spent. Bitch, you don't even live in this state. You live in fucking Tennessee. You live in goddamn Texas. You live in California. Money well spent. You ain't paying this shit. It's outrageous. Not only and they're just cheering it on because they are just bloodthirsty and they just love a good lynching. I mean, you wonder why people could sit around watching people getting lynched years ago and be like, oh my God, the horror. It's not that hard to figure out. Just look at this case. People love this shit. They're like, yeah, fucking burn the witch. You wonder why the Salem witch trials happened. This is how. This is human nature. Some people are just fucking evil. It's how they're made. And sorry, The Walking Dead is a great show. Like that show is about like, you know, the problem isn't the zombies. The problem is other humans. Like that they're the real evil. You know, they are what they are. They're a lot more evil. So anyway, yeah, there's that. Okay, cool. So we're going to be getting into all that tonight in this bullshit weak sauce opposition to the motion to dismiss. I mean, it's especially bad, but it doesn't have to be good because Auntie Bev's she's the judge. She gets to decide. I mean, 92% of people watching this right now think that she's not going to dismiss the charges. And this is a very pro Karen Reed channel. So, you know, I think if this was shown on Plevins, all 180 people listening to it would probably be like 100%, maybe 99, maybe 99. We'll see. But anyway, all right. So let's, if you guys want to have your messages read out loud to the class tonight, you can click at the link at the top for something called Turtle Chat. When you do that, you get to pay for whatever you want. It's a sliding scale here. Little, $5 anywhere to whatever you want to give me, whatever you want to throw daddy's way, I'll take it. All right. It doesn't matter. Rich, poor, we're going to treat you all the same here. You pay for a message to be read and I read it out loud to the class. So let's see if we got any so far. Let's hit the refresh here in the turtle chats. You can also cash at me, of course, at $ Uncle Turtleboy and do it that way. All right, let's read this. Punch the clown. Nice. I know what that means. Punch the clown sends $10 and says, I thought Lally was bad, but Brennan, the sleazy weasel, really pisses me off. Keep reporting real news and exposing this unimaginable corruption. I want a tax refund. I know. He's just such a little bitch, isn't he? I played this the other night on Turtle Club. I think we need to hear it again. Just watch this one. This is the ultimate Brennan moment. All right, so check this out. This is him. Listen to what he says here. He notices that Alessi's laughing, and he gets so mad about it. You can see the anger in his eyes. Watch this. He's such a dork.
I am not trying to be overly critical of another attorney. I'm not. You can laugh, but I'm not.
You can laugh, but I'm not. Look how mad he gets. Watch this. Look at it. Look at his tone change. So he's like, I am not trying to be overcritical of another attorney. And I guess Alessi like smiled at that or cracked up. And he takes it so painfully. Look how serious this guy is. He's so mad about it. He's like, stop laughing. I'm Hank Brennan. I'm a serious attorney.
I am not trying to be overly critical of another attorney.
Look at his face.
I'm not.
Right, look at his face. Look at him. Look at him. Look how mad he's getting there. Look at that face. He sees Robert Alessi laughing at him. And he's like, I'm being serious. I'm a real attorney. I'm not being overly critical of him. I'm a real attorney.
You can laugh, but I'm not.
You can laugh, but I'm not. What a loser. What a loser this Spanky is, huh? Anyway. So yeah, all right, cool. All right. Anyway, so back to this. Next up, Michelle BSN RN sends $50. Thank you, Michelle, and says, for your defense fund, free Dr. Turtleboy, free Karen Reed. My husband and I are behind you and Karen. Well, thank you very much, Michelle, for you and your husband's generosity. And because this is a really big week for me. I mean, Karen Reed's kind of overshadowing Dr. Turtleboy, but that's okay because her case is really more important than mine. But you know, I'm actually facing more years in jail than she is, believe it or not. And so this week I have my motion to dismiss, and it's not getting much publicity. Like the Turtlegram Gazette, did a little article about me. You see over here. Let's see. Nostradamus. Oh man, you remember? That's what they used to call me in high school, the Nostradamus. All right. Anyway, so this is a Turtleboy blogger. We'll try to have criminal charges dismissed at Wednesday's hearing. Okay. Holden, blogger, award-winning journalist. Turtleboy is set to argue in court Wednesday that witness intimidation charges he faces in connection with his coverage of the Karen Reed murder trial are precluded by the First Amendment and ought to be dismissed. A hearing on his motion to dismiss the 16 of the charges he faces, including witness intimidation and conspiracy, is Wednesday at 2 p.m. in Dedham Superior Court. So, you know, I understand it's a busy week. Look at Karen Reed has hearings Tuesday at 9 in Norfolk Superior Court, Wednesday at 9:30 at Uncle Joe's house in South Boston, Moakley Courthouse, federal, for the double jeopardy shit. Then they go back to Dedham Superior, where they have another hearing at, I don't know, they say 1, but Auntie Bev takes a hard lunch at 1 o'clock every day. She can't adjust that ever. So supposedly coming back. And meanwhile, I got court at 2 on Wednesday. And it's like the biggest hearing for me, man. This is the motion to dismiss, dude. This is it. This is a huge, huge, huge hearing, man. The one, this is in that. I understand. I feel like the media at my thing, like there used to be so much media at my hearing dates and stuff like that, especially when I went to jail. They loved that one. But it's been less and less every time. And it's like our hearings have become so boring. Cosgrove ruined everything. Mello, I miss Mello. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I miss him. He was so bad at it. He was comically bad. He was the ultimate villain. Cosgrove just bores motherfuckers to death. He just bores everyone to sleep. He gets up there and he talks, and all we do is talk about Taint Team. That's the only thing we ever talk about is the goddamn fucking Taint Team. I don't even want to hear about Taint Team anymore. And or Discovery. Oh yeah, Discovery. Why don't you guys just get together and talk? And then the judge changes every 3 months, and then Krupp shows up again, and he sucks. And it's like I can't even. It's just horrible. So we have Judge Doolin now, who is very good. I've heard from a lot of people. And we are going to be arguing our motion in front of him before it kind of rotates. So we want my lawyer likes Bradel likes him. So we are on Wednesday. Betterow will be there. Bradel will be there. We haven't heard from Betterow in a while, obviously. So you guys can see him back in action. I don't know how much talking he'll do. I'm like, I kind of wanted to do a thing where we go back and forth. Bradel talks, Betterow talks, whatever. I think Bradel's going to be doing most of the talking and Betterow will be there. You know, he's obviously helped with the motion to dismiss and everything, but you know, it'll be good. You know, it's already written out. We've already written most of it. So I hope it's streamed. Like, cause if Karen has a hearing at the same time, I'm going to lose that battle. You know what I mean? As far as but I talked to Tim O'Connor from Canton Television, and he's going to have a camera in there no matter what at my hearing. They don't really live stream Canton Television, but we will immediately have it afterwards available to the public. And you can also like, you know, go and I don't know, you can like listen to it live. So no, I see Defense Diaries here. He's like, Betterow has not been admitted yet. He has as my attorney. Betterow will be there in court for me on Wednesday. So he will be there representing me at my motion to dismiss. on Wednesday, which everyone should really check out, man. It has so much First Amendment implications in it, man. This is like, I am on the front lines protecting the First Amendment right now, because everything I did is legally protected and has happened forever. And if what I did was illegal, if they attempt to, put someone in jail or even just convict somebody, I don't think I'll ever go to jail. I mean, even if I was convicted, they're not. I mean, think about this, guys. Jail. I did 60 days in jail on bullshit, on a bail revocation. That's fake. That's not even a conviction. That doesn't count. Like, in this state, Massachusetts, dude, this is the most liberal state. Come on. Like, we said, like, they just let that diddler cop out of jail from Dartmouth that Reddington represents. Like, nobody goes, like, it's hard. In Massachusetts, you got to try to go to jail. You got to try really hard. Jail, and like, think about it. Like, you have to have a bunch of victims. Who got hurt from, like, what? Does anyone have a bruise? Does anyone have a cut? Did anybody lose any money over this, to get swindled somehow out of their college savings? Anything? Anybody get a car accident? Did something bad happen to anyone? No. This whole fucking thing is hurt feelings. Everything is like, Turtleboy caused me emotional harm. Oh, I'm so scared to go out to the grocery store because Turtleboy might be there. I'm so scared. It's such bullshit. We don't send people to the store. We don't send people to jail because Jen McCabe says she can't go to the store. That's not what we do in America. So this affects all of us, like what I'm dealing with on Wednesday. And we are going to make an impassioned defense of the First Amendment. We are going to go through these one by one. Each of the people I'm charged with intimidating: Michael Proctor, Elizabeth Proctor, Colin Albert, Jennifer McCabe, Matthew McCabe, Chris Albert, Bukaki, and the Bagel, Julie Nagel. Them. Brian Albert, I'm not charged with intimidating. I'm charged with picketing. Brian Albert, which is even more outrageous. When Tully told me what I'm being arrested for, I'm like, so what am I under arrest for? He's like, witness intimidation, 8 charges, and 4 counts of picketing. I'm like, pardon? Picketing? Picketing. In the United States of America, picketing. Like what unions do when they pick up signs and they walk along the street saying, we're on strike, or I want higher wages. That's what picketing is to me. And apparently that's illegal in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Picketing. If you feel strongly about something, it is against the law for you to pick up a sign and go on a public sidewalk and hold that sign. We saw that with the Canton 9. They tried to arrest these goddamn people and charge them with witness intimidation for holding fucking signs. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. I cannot fucking wait to be on the front lines and defend this shit. Oh my God. So I hope to see you guys tuned in on Wednesday, because the First Amendment is on trial in Massachusetts in the courtroom directly adjacent to Karen Reed's courtroom. We'll be in the main courtroom, which, by the way, I think Karen Reed's the biggest mistake her legal team ever made was complaining about not seeing those witnesses. Like, putting it in the small courtroom, I think, has been, Auntie Bev loves it. I think the O'Keefes love it. The McAlberts love it. And I don't think what could be gained if you had to do a balancing test here. How are you at a bigger disadvantage here? A couple of the jurors don't get to see Jennifer McCabe's face. And by the way, Jennifer McCabe's going to turn to them. She's going to be turning to them the whole time. You're going to see her face. Or the jury gets to look at a crying Peggy O'Keefe the whole time. What do you think more disadvantages Karen Reed? I would pick the latter. I think that is more disadvantageous to Karen Reed, the fact that these people are looking at Peggy O'Keefe crying and thinking we have to throw that woman a bone. We have to. I don't know why they can't flip a coin and say Karen Reed's family gets to go there. It's a huge advantage sitting in those seats versus the other seats, I think, because you're just staring at the jury the whole time. It's so small. So anyway, I think that it's probably too late now to do it, but I miss the old courtroom. It's a beautiful courtroom. That courtroom in Dedham Superior Courthouse is the architecture in it. It's historic. I mean, they've been lynching innocent people in that courtroom for centuries now. Ask Sacco and Vanzetti, right? It's a tradition in this courthouse. They lynch innocent people all the time. And so, being in there, you're like, oh man, some things never change. But at least the architecture's nice. The ceiling, I mean, you look in, you're like, wow, they put a lot of effort into this motherfucker room. And there's all these huge portraits of judges. And you're like, oh, Auntie Bev's going to be up there someday. That just to kick us in the balls. They're going to put one up of her. But anyway, so here it says a hearing on Kearney's motion to dismiss is Wednesday at 2 p.m. Prosecutors argue he harassed witnesses, including police. Oh, no. In the murder prosecution of Reed, Kearney picketed at their homes, confronted them publicly. Okay, picketed at their homes. Okay, yeah. Confronted them publicly. Yeah, all legal. And posted profane rants online. All of this is illegal. Not illegal. All of this is legal. You are allowed to do all of those things. All of it. Including their contact information. What does that mean? Who's contacting? I mean, I went through a public court document that had a bunch of phone numbers on it, and I shared the list on my screen from the public court document, and I called it Can't Roulette. I went through Jennifer McCabe's call log, and I just called all of them, and if they answered, they answered. That's it. That's not including their whatever. It's still not illegal. After alleging that O'Keefe was killed inside the Canton home of a police officer and that the witnesses framed Reed. The case received national attention, okay, which was buoyed by Kearney's coverage. All right. Reed is slated for a second trial in April after the first trial ended in a hung jury, blah, blah, blah. Court records show that lawyers for Kearney in a 42-page motion filed February 15th seeking to dismiss his charges argue that the First Amendment protects speech he has used, that the government has deemed witness intimidation. Exactly. The lawyers wrote Kearney, who has written more than 400 articles about the Reed case, never strayed into the kind of speech that clears a high bar for true threats of physical harm and needed to overcome First Amendment protection. Exactly. Now, this is a superior court judge considering harassment orders against Kearney. So this is wrong. I messaged Brad Petroshan, who I like from the Turtlegram and Gazette. And I'm like, it's not harassment orders. It was stay away orders. There's a huge difference. Stay away orders are a condition of bail. Harassment orders are a completely different thing, which require their whole hearing and a very high bar to be set. Chris Albert and Jennifer McCabe applied for harassment orders against me. Didn't get them because nothing I said constituted true threats. Yet these same people received stay away orders against me that they're no longer in place after I was indicted. The stay away orders were thrown out by Judge Krupp. But it says here that harassment orders against Kearney, a superior judge considering harassment orders against Kearney in 2023, that's Krupp, opined that his vulgar and aggressive tactics were designed to exhort his followers to engage in threatening or harassing conduct and constituted true threats not protected by the First Amendment. So Krupp did say that, but that was not in relation to harassment orders. That was in stay away orders, but I digress. And that he's talking about the Colin Albert thing initially. That's the biggest farce, that I did a fucking impression of Colin Albert. I called him up and I left a voicemail doing an impression of him, in which I said, yo, Colin, it's Turtleboy from them Advantage Boys. Bang, bang. We gonna fuck you dogs up. You hear me? All you bitches, we gonna fuck you up. Me and them Advantage Boys. We about that life, dog. It's the most obvious satire ever. And it's also an impression of him. And that was presented to the grand jury, except they didn't mention the fact that it was an impression. They didn't mention the fact that Colin Albert put out a video in which he literally threatened to hurt people, and I'm just mocking him. Like, that's fucking crazy that the grand jury was not told that. They never would have indicted me if they had known that. And this idiot judge reads the fucking indictment, and he's like, well, this sounds bad. Mr. Bradle, what's going on with that? In a February 13th motion, Kearney's lawyers wrote that his statements, while outlandish, are well within the realm of political hyperbole, as well as satire and opinion, citing at length cases in which courts found other objectionable speech to be protected from criminalization. Bradle and Betterow argued the U.S. Supreme Court in 1982 set a virtually insurmountable bar protective of fiery public speech, where they found that a public threat to break necks of anyone violating an NAACP boycott was political hyperbole and within the speaker's First Amendment rights to rally his audience to his cause. The lawyers alleged that the prosecutors who secured the indictments against Kearney did so by misstating the law to grand jurors and eliciting improper testimony from witnesses. Among the alleged improper testimony, they argued, were statements from one of the witnesses, Jennifer McCabe, about alleged rape threats she received through email from third parties, which never happened. The threats, though deplorable, the lawyers argue, were overly prejudicial towards Kearney. They said, blaming him for alleged comments of others. I mean, this was brought up at the grand jury. She got up and she's like, I get rape threats from people all the time. It's like, I'm not threatening to rape you. I'm not doing that. So what does this have to do with me? It prejudiced the grand jury. It made it seem like I'm condoning this. I'm not. I've explicitly said otherwise. Jennifer McCabe sexually harassed me on July 1st. She sent me naked pictures of another man. Can you believe that? It was completely inappropriate. And then she said she knew where I was. Jesus, Jen. Keep it to yourself. She's so intimidated. The threats, though deplorable, the lawyers argue, were overly prejudicial. The lawyers also argued they have evidence state troopers criticized. How about this one? And hopefully this comes out in court on Wednesday. This is the part that's redacted. The lawyers have also argued they have evidence that state troopers Kearney criticized had animus against him, citing text messages which were largely redacted from court documents. Oh my God, I wish you could read those. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's so many. Oh, wait. And it's all going to come out in Karen's trial. And at least hopefully some of these come out in court on Wednesday. These messages that oh my goodness gracious. But you guys can read that. I mean, this is the way he phrases it. The lawyers argued they have evidence that state troopers Kearney criticized had animus against him, citing text messages. So you can imagine who those state troopers were, whose private text communications we received in which they expressed animus towards me prior to being arrested. Who do you think that could be? I wonder. And I wonder what they said. Okay. A judge Wednesday is set to hear the motion to dismiss, as well as separate motion to dismiss another case of witness intimidation against Kearney is facing regarding his interactions with an ex-girlfriend. So first of all, she's not an ex-girlfriend. Okay. She was a Friday night hookup. That's it. There were zero, again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. There were zero meals of food shared or paid for between the two of us. It is not a relationship if you do not share a meal of food ever. As a matter of fact, we probably went to the bar together 5 or 6 times. Okay. And I think on 2 occasions I was hungry and I ordered nachos for myself. I didn't share any with her. She didn't have any. I wouldn't have. And I guess if she wanted to have a bite, I would have let her have one. But no, they were just for me. They were my nachos. Okay. And she can't have any. All right. And I was there for one thing and one thing alone. And that's it. And then next thing you know, there's a fake baby named Clay, okay, who was aborted twice, survived the first one, and had fetal alcohol syndrome, and then was murdered in cold blood in front of me on Christmas Eve. Okay. So I survived that. How come that doesn't make it in the article? Why? How is this? That's not a girl. That's not an ex-girlfriend. That's a traumatic personal life event that anyone who's been following it knows. Okay. Exactly. R.I.P. Clay. R.I.P. Clay. So it's good. Kearney and her loss, and she's not in this one. We are saving her for the end. Okay. We're a little bit busy with the real shit now. She'll be fine. Like she's being sued. Everything's fine. Okay. She's disappeared. It's been nice. It's been great. She's burned every bridge with everyone. It's been very peaceful. I have to be honest. It's been very peaceful without her around. And after she lost that restraining order hearing, and two of them, including one on Christmas Eve, when she got one for threatening to kill a woman and her children, she has, disappeared off the face of math. So we'll get that. That's a completely separate charge. We'll get to that one later. And he says here, Kearney has accused the woman of conspiring with police to put him in jail. It's like, can we get a little more detail about that? Read the federal letters. He was held in jail for more than 2 months. It wasn't more than 2 months. It was exactly 2 months after she accused him of assaulting and intimidating her. An assault and battery charge was dropped. Okay, at least put that in there. When he was indicted on witness intimidation and illegally recording. Okay. Court records show a 1-year restraining order the woman received against Kearney was not extended following hearing, at which both appeared on January 7th, 2025. And if you haven't heard the audio to that, go and listen to it because it's fucking wild. She cross-examines me on there, and it's just insane listening. And Grant almost went to jail. Kearney is also suing the woman in Worcester Superior Court, alleging she defamed him and caused him emotional distress by falsely calling him a criminal and a rapist and a drug addict on social media. Kearney's legal hearings have attracted readers of his blog, with many consistently showing up to court in Dedham with signs of support. Okay. All right, cool. Anyway, yes, Clay will rise again. I like it. All right. So anyway, that's that. Thanks for the dono. Next. Mike sends $10. He goes, my son AJ is next to me while I watch, and I want to say hi to you. He wanted to say hi to you. His 7th birthday just passed. All right. When he asked me who you were, I told him someone fighting for what's right. Keep it up, brother. Well, thank you, AJ. Thank you, Mike, and God bless you, young man. AJ, it's past your bedtime now. You need to go to bed, young man. It's getting a little bit late, and don't say the words I say in school, or you'll be in big trouble if you do that. You don't want to do that. We don't want to get you in any trouble here. So I can't even play my own show in the car because I use foul language too much, and I don't want my kids hearing that. So, all right, cool. So thank you for that. Amy sends $100. Woo! Feeling generous tonight. Thank you, Amy. And she goes, I'm excited to chat with you on TDC podcast so we can spread the word of Turtleboy and Karen Reed in Michigan. P.S. That pic of you and Helene outside of the court belongs in the Louvre. Thank you. Yeah, I love that picture of me just staring at her, smile. Like, you don't scare me. I'm looking right at her, and she just looks like the devil, doesn't she? She does. And yes, I'm going to be going on a Michigan podcast since there's so many Michiganders that are turtle riders now. It's great. I'm going to be jumping on there. The TDC, what the hell? It was some show that shared a tweet the other day saying they thought Kearney was guilty or something. I don't know. I got to change some minds. So I got to go on there and talk. So it's going to be good. I don't know what they were doing. We'll figure it out. So thank you very much, Amy. I appreciate that. And your generous donation. Carly sends $10 and goes, at this point, Bev could see a video of Higgins and Brian Albert pulling John out of the house, and she still wouldn't dismiss. I know. Love you, Turtleboy repping from Boca Raton. She's like, oh, is that really admissible? Do we have the metadata on that? I don't really know. I don't know. All right. Thank you, Carly. Jennifer D sends $10 and goes, I forgot the similarities between Jen McCabe and Pam Hupp. I know, dude. Pam Hupp is evil. But Pam Hupp killed again. Like, she killed 3 times. Like, she's the scariest bitch ever. She killed Betsy. Why am I drawing a blank on her last name? And then she killed her mother. And then she killed Louis Gumpenberger, who was like a special needs man while pretending to work for Dateline. Like, fucking crazy, man. That bitch is crazy. I don't think Jennifer McCabe's going to kill again. I think once was enough for her. I do think that that none of them intended for that to happen to John. I don't think the plan was to murder him. I don't think these people are natural born killers. Brian Albert might be, but I don't think the rest of them are like natural born killers. It's just not who they are. Colin might kill again. Colin, that's a definite possibility because he's learned nothing from any of this. Nothing. Now, I think Jen McCabe, they're all evil. The fact that they have no problem doing this to somebody and throwing them under the bus and like trying to put them in jail. Because as you're going to see with Jen McCabe, dude, she's not passive. Like, if I was Jen McCabe and I was involved in murdering John O'Keefe and I kind of, got away with it, right? I would feel bad for Karen Reed. Like, I'd be like, yeah, that's great. Okay, great. My light, awesome. Not going to jail. Family gets to stay together. I get it. I get why people like Jennifer McCabe try to avoid going to jail. I get it. Right? What I don't get is the enthusiasm for sending Karen Reed to jail. Like, there's a world in which they can, not go to jail, and Karen can not go to jail too. Right? Or like, not like it's just fucking evil. Like, that's the most evil part about them, is that they have gone gung-ho on Karen and like demand that she be in jail. The fact that Jennifer McCabe was at Karen Reed's arraignment when she was indicted on June 10th, 2022, rubbing crying people's shoulders. I think it was, the Sullivan sluts were crying and she's just rubbing her shoulder and is just sitting there. It's like, that was before Karen Reed ever publicly alleged that the McAlberts were the ones who killed John O'Keefe. That was before Alan Jackson was brought on the case. That was before 227. That was before a lot of stuff. And they were she's like excited to take part in this. Like, and as you're going to see, more shit is going to come out that I know about, but you guys don't know about. You guys don't know how involved Jennifer McCabe was in this, and things that I can't say it. I can't say what Kerry Roberts did. I can't say what these people did and their involvement in this. Like, it's fucking evil, man. Evil. How much they hate Karen Reed. Like, it's fucking crazy. I get what Kerry Roberts, because she's fucking retarded, like literally retarded. And I think she believes Karen did it because she's fucking retarded. You have to be retarded to believe this, obviously. But Jen McCabe knows Karen Reed didn't do it because she knows she did it. So that's why I kind of get why Kerry Roberts hates Karen Reed, because she's fucking retarded and she thinks Karen did it. But the rest of them, I mean, you guys, Jen McCabe knows. Like, that's the part I don't get, is how enthused they are about this. Like, bitch, you did it, Jen. Shouldn't you? How can you sleep at night? I could understand Jen McCabe wanting to get away with murder, but like, having another person take the fall for you is the part that's like, I don't know. Again, people like drop the can. I don't think you guys understand what a protective order is. Corino School of Technology. There's protective orders on this shit. Hanky Brennan is reading every motion we file and be like, this is a violation of protective order. Of course I know more than you guys know. I mean, we get discovery and there's shit. Everything's under a fucking protective order. Like, even in our own motion to dismiss, we put text messages from, as you guys saw in that document, a unnamed state trooper who shall not be named, who had animus towards me. We got text messages from him, And boy, wait till you read them. Boy, wait till you read them. You're like, wow, holy shit. Wait till you read. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to talk about it so bad, but I can't. I don't need to give you a hint. The hint is in the fucking thing that we read. I've been over I did a whole thing on Mike Young Jerks the other night with the, go watch that if you haven't seen it, Wednesday night, about the motion to dismiss in my case. And if you read the context clues, it's not hard to figure out. Okay. So I shouldn't have to, I've led you to the water. Now you got to drink it. Okay. So there's that. Will we know Wednesday? We'll see. Hopefully, but you never know. All right. Anyway, she says, yeah, the reason Hupp was finally charged was because the shitty DA lost re-election and the new DA's campaign was based on finding the real killer. Imagine if the Norfolk County elects a bold new district attorney. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. But so far, I've heard nothing. Heard nothing from the people who are supposedly running against Michael Morrissey. So thank you. $11 from Dougie Fresh. Okay, so this is a long paragraph. So again, if you send a turtle chat and it is more than 5 things long, I will not read the whole thing. I don't give you $1,000. I might read anything. I'll whore myself out for $1,000. But if you send $11 like this and you send a fucking long paragraph, I am not reading the whole thing. Okay. So I'm going to read the first couple sentences. So Dougie Fresh Hogan says, Karen Reed is a beautiful, innocent woman. Bev is a cum dumpster. Okay. I might read more of this now. Who deserves to be skull fucked. Okay. All right. We're off to a good start. Kate Peters looks like Miss Piggy banged Sloth from the Goonies and had a child. Brian Albert's son is I can't say it's the F word, even though I've said it before. I've said the F word before, like faggot. I've said that many times. I like it, but not when it's like a real gay person. You know what I mean? Like you can't call Brian Albert Jr. a faggot. Like that's not, like you're supposed to call your buddies a fag, you know, who are heterosexual and you know what I mean? It's like it's a derogatory. You can't call a gay person that. It's like if I was a white person and I was calling a black person the N-word for derogatory means, just putting them down because of that. It's like, come on. Obviously, Brian Albert knows his way or two around a dick. Okay. And more power to him. But you can't be calling him faggot for that. You can't do that. I'm just saying. Okay. It's not cool. But anyway, you paid $11. I'm going to read this. And his dad sucked off Dog the Bounty Hunter's shriveled sunburn cock. Colin Albert is dumber than a retard with fetal alcohol syndrome mixed with Down syndrome. Hank Brennan is a fuck-ass wannabe Adam Jackson. Brian Higgins looks fatter than Farva from Super Troopers. Glazed Donut Paul is an incel who's got less game than the New York Jets. Jen McCabe's snaggletooth cunt rag, whose children are apparently covered in cum, according to her. Julie Nagel is heavier than Roseanne, Rosie O'Donnell, and Lizzo. Chris Albert is a cock-juggling thunder cunt. Michael Proctor is a chicken fucker who will soon be Tyson's prison bitch and will be ridden worse than Tommy Lee rode Pam Anderson. Fuck Tully, fuck Bukaki, fuck Paul, fuck Rafferty, fuck Morrissey, fuck Lank. And if you're down with Norfolk DA, then fuck you too. P.S. Turtleboy, I want to get a cup of coffee for 9 hours. I have a story about corruption for you to write about. At least, you know, that guy I was complaining about the other day apparently didn't get the memo because he sent me another message saying, oh, it was great meeting you the other day. We should totally sit down for coffee. Bro, if you're that just further cements that, like, we'll never sit down for coffee because you don't even watch my fucking show. That's what I think of you. You're probably not going to fucking hear this. You're that into yourself that you're just like, yeah, me. I don't have time to listen to you. Go fuck yourself with your coffee. That was a good $11. I'll give you that one. Okay. Tony sends $10. He goes, you heard it here first. The appeals court will remove Judge Bev from this case. It is the only remedy lesser than dismissing the case. T-Bone. I don't see how an appeals court can remove the judge from the case since that has not been appealed anywhere, has it? I've not seen any sort of appeal of that. You know, she should be, but I don't even think that's on the agenda. Okay, next up. Leslie sends $5, says, Turtle Boy, don't share food. Doesn't share food. No. Well, not if I'm hungry. I mean, I would have given her a couple nachos, but that's not, she wasn't there for the nachos, and neither was I. So there's that. Jay sends $5 and goes, this whole case is like the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Hank and the state police being the weasels and Bev is the corrupt judge. The only difference is that movie is fiction and this is real life. So true. A-Rod Rodriguez sends $10, goes, do these lunatics think they should be arrested after what they did to Arca and Rick Green? That's real witness intimidation, not yours. Precisely. Courtney sends $10 and goes, I'd call Spanky a cunt, but he lacks the warmth and depth. Ooh. He's more of an untitled Word document with a room temperature IQ. An untitled Word document. Nice. Doug sends $10, goes, I spent my life in federal law enforcement. My dream is on the first day of trial, U.S. Marshals walk in and arrest those sons of bitches in open court, and the corrupt judge says, I will allow. Well, it's a nice dream to have, Doug, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. So thank you. Diane sends $10, goes, big announcement. Original FKR Plymouth Sandow crew is back March 9th from 1 to 3. As always, no drama. Cardinal sins allowed. Free Karen Reed. Turtleboy was right. Well, thank you for that one, Diane. Aaron sends $25 and goes, can the defense reconstruct the scene and show video like the microdots videos in court that would show that anyone with eyes would have seen the body and taillight on the lawn? Unfortunately, no, they can't do that. There's no way to introduce hypotheticals into it because they would just object. They'd be like, there's no evidence that this is exactly how it looked. You know, it's not admissible. I'll tell you right now, that'll never happen. Thank you, Aaron. Susan sends $10 and goes, have you watched the ASAP Rocky Verdict? It is such fun, and you get to see happily angry lawyer. Oh, he's on there? I didn't know that. Okay. I got to get that guy on my show. He's too funny. But no, I haven't seen it. I know he won. So good. That trial confused me. It took like a year. Scott sends $25, says, you need to get on the Joe Rogan podcast. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? His audience would love to hear your story. Let's make that happen. I know. Can you guys get in touch with his producer for me? Hook it up. I mean, it's an intriguing story. I think they'd like it. I'm just saying that would be a big thing for Free Karen Reed, putting Turtleboy on there. Absolutely. A-Rod sends another $10 and goes, attorney Bob Mata and his wife, attorney Ali Mata, are very pissed. Bob was ranting on his live yesterday. Amazing. Must see. I know. And those guys are like not, cheerleaders for Karen Reed. That's never been their thing. And they're pissed. Everyone's pissed about this, man. It's outrageous. It's unheard of. It's unheard of to keep video evidence from the Sallyport away from the defense for this long. Like, unheard of. It is such a strong motion to dismiss. There's no, forget all the jury tampering allegations and the Jen McCabe Lanka thing. The video shit that was withheld from these people is criminal in and of itself. So there we go. So thank you, A-Rod. Bill Meyer sends $10 and goes, guess what? 227 happened. Oh, it's without dispute that 227 happened. So thank you, Bill SJ. Lally-Gaggin sends $50. Can someone please do a round 2 of FOIAs at Canton Police town employees for Turtleboy? I bet they will get a lot of responses this time when they contact all the staff and pull them to come forward if applicable. Yeah, I think I did that once with the DA's office, and they're like, we have no emails with that. It's like bullshit. So thank you, Lally-Gaggin. Susan, did I read that one already? Okay, let me refresh this. I don't want to miss anyone. Okay. Leslie sent $5 and says, like Joey doesn't share food. I don't get it. Is that from a show? I don't get it. Thank you, Leslie. Becky sends $10 and goes, if you saw the video of Higgins at the Canton Police, is he wearing the same hoodie he's wearing in the waterfall video, or did he change? Good luck this week. Oh, of course he's wearing the same hoodie. Yeah, he didn't change. I don't think, or did he? Actually, a good question. I don't know the answer to that one. That'd be wild if you changed, actually. That'd be actually very incriminating if you changed. Rosaline sends $20 and goes, Turtleboy, hi, doctor. I used to think Hank is so bad he must secretly be FKR, but all kidding aside, why does Hank continue to send over new video to the defense? He makes these statements that everything has been delivered, and then 10 minutes later, another video drops. Clearly, Lally had no problem not sharing video evidence, and we know Hank routinely lies about the defense team to Judge Bev, so why keep sending more video? It only serves to make him look stupid and potentially give the defense more evidence. I would love to hear your thoughts. P.S. Finally glad you saw Hank stating, you may laugh, but it's true to Alessi. That was my turtle chat question last week, but you had left court early and hadn't seen it yet. Well, now I have. Thank you very much, Rosaline rather. Yeah, what was the question here? My thoughts on that. Why does he continue to send over new video to the defense? Because it's his job. I don't know. But I mean, I think Hank still is acting like this is like some honest production. But it has to go through his head as a defense attorney. Like he knows he would have a field day with this case. A field day. So it's got to be weird for him to be on the other side of this. Shelly sends $33 and goes, Aidan, thank you for your relentless fight for justice. Watching you over the past 2 years has made me stronger. I stood up to 2 toxic manipulators, became a whistleblower, and saved a school. Well, good for you. Now I have an upcoming battle with a powerful religious institution, but no regrets. You inspire warriors. Also, it's my birthday today. Would love a shout out. Happy birthday, Shelly. Happy birthday. March 1st. There you go. 2025 will be amazing. Justice for Officer John O'Keefe, Ken Reed, and of course, you, Turtleboy. Well, thank you. I mean, again, odds are at any given time, there are how many people watching this on YouTube? 6,300. So odds are there's at least 20 of you right now. It's your birthday. So happy birthday to Shelly and everyone else whose birthday it is today. So there you go. Thank you. Nicole sends $10 and goes, I had very little faith in Beverly full of baloney cannoni. I like that one, full of baloney cannoni. But I think there's a small chance she might dismiss the case to protect all the scumbags from an evidentiary hearing. Well, she already canceled the first evidentiary hearing that was scheduled on May 24th. She just canceled it the day before. So she says, good luck on Wednesday. Well, thank you, Nicole. So I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. Let me read some cash apps, and then we'll get started on this motion to dismiss thing. All right. Jeffrey sends $10 and goes, did Jen or Jill or KP put a tracker on your car? We did not find a tracker on my car, but it was odd that they had a picture of my car in the South Boston library parking lot in like March. They posted a picture of it on Twitter. Like that was fucking weird because it was right across the street from Meredith's house. And so I'm like, these people are literally stalking me. Who's crazy enough to stalk me? Well, I can think of 2 people that would be that obsessed with me. Both female. But we couldn't find a tracker. One who's known for putting trackers on men's vehicles, who she's had, whatever with. I don't want to call it a relationship because it wasn't, but you know what I'm talking about here. But again, I don't know. I don't think anyone put a tracker on my car, but it was just weird how they knew I was there. Mark sends $24. Mark sends $24, and he goes, Turtleboy, I love you, man. Hope you don't go to prison. Oh, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, sir. Very kind of you. But I'm not going to prison. Like, it's not even like in the cards. Like, I don't think about jail. I'm never going to jail. It's just not going to happen. So there we go. Thank you. Naomi sends $10 and has no comment. Thank you, Naomi. Mama She sends $50 and goes, I just want to say, love you, Dr. Daddy. Well, thank you very much, Mama She. I love you too. Gina sends $5 and goes, Auntie Bev, no law, more claw. I like that. Okay. Kelly sends $5 and goes, happily angry lawyer was on the YSL trial. Was on it? What's the YSL? What's the YSL trial? YSL trial? A racketeering and gang conspiracy trial against the Atlanta rap label Young Slime Life. Is that the ASAP Rocky thing? Is that or Young Thug? Or I don't know who these people are. I don't know what any of that means. Oh, he was in my chat too. I got to get him on the show. Young Thug. Wait, what's the difference? I'm very white, so we have to take this slowly. So, young. What's a Young Thug? Is that so? That's a rapper. And ASAP Rocky is a rapper. Does that mean like as soon as possible, Rocky? What's an ASAP Rocky? And it is a Young Thug. So they're on a record label together, and it's a Rico thing. But I don't know. I don't know what any of this means. So did they kill someone? Is this like gangster rap gone too far? Did somebody die? Did they kill a rival rapper? Is that still a thing? Anyone know? Are they suing some? What's happening? The judge put the lawyer in jail. What? What is happening? ASAP was another trial. Oh, so it's not the same thing. So ASAP Rocky, Aesop's Fables, and Young Thug are different people, apparently. And they both have legal problems, shockingly. And they're in court. And they're not in jail. They are married to Rihanna. Rihanna's in this too? Oh, dear God. Oh, my God. That's at least we don't have to hear her sing. Oh, please don't spit. That would be the guilty verdict. You have to listen to 4 Rihanna songs in a row. Oh, boy. You're fucked. I don't know. I don't get it. So I guess that lawyer's involved in there. I don't know. Okay. I'm reading the comments. I don't know what any of this shit means. Okay. Anyway, back to this. So thank you, Kelly. Brian sends $10 and goes, the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office is corrupt. I'm ashamed to live here. Well, thank you. I agree with that, Brian. Thank you. Steph sends $20 and goes, I sent you a clip on Facebook that's funny. Did you? Let's see. All right, let's see. This clip is worth listening to on a show. It's gold. Shot. Let me play this clip. So this is Bob Mata.
Estimation, just kind of in summary, this absolutely positively should be granted. I don't give a shit what Hank Brennan wrote in that ridiculous response that wasn't supported by anything other than his words. You know, I mean, if we don't put our foot down at some point with the government, we're in deep trouble in this country. I mean, it's that simple.
Yep.
It's that simple.
Yep.
They don't get to just make up the rules as they go.
No, they don't.
In order to get convictions.
True.
Can't do it.
Can't
allow for it.
No. It's against the rules.
I mean, Hank Brennan talking about what he knows, what happened to the taillight. You weren't there, Hank Brennan. Shut the fuck up. Pretending like you were there. Were you there that night, Hank? Quit acting like you know when things were broken and when they weren't. You're not in front of a jury, brother. You're trying to explain why the office that you're now representing didn't send over discovery.
All right. I mean, that's
in my estimation.
Yeah, I mean that's good. I agree with it. At least he didn't threaten a choker, like choke on Deep Bev. So that's good. like my guy Larry did. All right, Chad sends $5. He has no comment. That's literally, he wrote no comment. So thank you, Chad. I appreciate the $5. Okay. If anyone else wants their message read out loud tonight, you can click on the link above for Turtle Chat, or you can Cash App $ Uncle Turtleboy, and we'll do it that way. Okay. So let's bring up Hank's stupid. I did the motion to dismiss for Karen Reed on Thursday on Turtle Club. Go check that out. We had an awesome audience on there. It was great. So tonight we're going to read Hanky Brennan's milquetoast bootleg response to this. And because it's just so bad. It's just so bad. So let's go over it. Where'd it go? Motion to dismiss. This is the one I want. All right, here we go. And I know, as soon as this comes out, Melanie Little's got a stream on it. Everybody. So it's like, I'm kind of like beating a drum here. Is that the right term? Beating an old drum, whatever it is. Like, I don't know. Did this come out yesterday? The fucking news travels so fast with this shit. Today's Saturday, right? So did it come out Friday or Thursday? There are 2 days in a row. I think Karen Reed's motion to dismiss came out Thursday, and then Spanky's response came out yesterday. Like, that's crazy that it came out yesterday. Do you understand how much content I've consumed in the last 24 hours in relation to this? Like, I've heard everybody. I've heard Runkle for hours, and Bob Mata talk about this, and obviously Lawyer, like the Glarer, everyone. I've just gone through it all. I've heard it all. And so I feel like I'm like, it feels like it was weeks ago this happened. It's like, no, it was yesterday. So I'm behind. I mean, that's the thing. It's like news travels so fast now with this shit that I'm like, if my show isn't scheduled like 10 minutes later, I'm going to be the last one to talk about it. That's the thing. But again, people tune into this show because they know I'm not just going to, go do the same shit. We're just going to read the whole thing and talk about it. That's not my style. I'm not that guy. I'm more of like this whole show. We're an hour and 17 minutes into the show. I had no plan at all. Like, none of this shit was scripted. Sometimes people ask me, what do you do for shows to get ready? Catherine Elton from Boston Magazine asked me that. I'm like, oh yeah, I do nothing. I just show up. I literally do nothing. I just come here and I already know what I'm going to talk about. I have all the thoughts in my head already because I've been reading about it all day, and I just fucking rant. That's what I do. And it's actually much preferred to writing. I used to be more of an award-winning journalist. Now I'm more of like an award-winning pundit or YouTuber or whatever you want to call me, because I can speak a lot faster than I can type. You know what I mean? And I can just say a lot more words in an hour than I could typing words in an hour. So anyway, let me go back and read this. Okay. All right. So key points here that I've underlined. The surveillance video. All right. Camp Police Department surveillance video. How are you going to explain this one, Spanky? How are you going to explain this? Okay. Let's see what he says. Do I need to zoom in? All right. All right. He thinks he's cute here. With further provided to the defense was the ring surveillance video of the defendant's broken rear tail light at approximately 5 a.m. I mean, this is such a lie. Defendant's broken right rear tail light. No, it was not broken at 5 a.m. It was cracked. Like, there is such a distinction that they're just overlooking here. We don't dispute the fact that the taillight was clearly cracked when she pulls out of John O'Keefe's driveway. We contest that it happened right there. We saw it happen when she hit his goddamn car. But, that it was, there is a difference between how it was portrayed in that video and what it looked like in the Canton Sallyport later on after Michael Proctor got a hold of it. That's the difference there. Statements of witnesses who observed the defendant's broken taillight around 5:30 a.m. Okay, so that would be Jennifer McCabe and Kerry Roberts. Canton police cruiser. And again, Jen McCabe is a liar. Kerry Roberts is brainwashed by Jennifer McCabe. Nothing they say matters. Canton police cruiser depicting the defendant's broken taillight at approximately 8 a.m. when they went to do that wellness check on the kids, who really didn't need a wellness check, but they went over there anyway. And Charlie Ray's dash cam video gets a behind, like directly behind Karen's car. You see it. It's definitely got a crack in it, but we don't see the side of the taillight, which is the majority of the car. So you don't see the condition of the whole taillight, period. An automated vehicle location data from troopers cruisers who were assigned to the SERT team, evidencing that the SERT team was on Fairview Road before the defendant's vehicle arrived at the Canton police station. So they were there before Karen's car got to the Canton police station. Who? Lieutenant Kevin O'Hara of the state police SERT team testified at trial, and his automated vehicle locator records confirm that his arrival at 34 Fairview Road on January 29th was at 4:56. He additionally testified that his arrival was preceded by another trooper from his unit, Jason Bolasali, whatever, at 4:54. Nobody disputes that those two guys were there at 4:54. And Karen Reed's car was indisputably not at the Canton Police Department yet. So I completely agree that there was no taillight planted yet at the time. Now they'll argue, well, how could the taillight get planted? He's saying in front of O'Hara and Tony Bolasali here. How could they plant the taillight there? Again, this isn't fucking brain surgery. It doesn't even need to be planted. You just have to, oh, Eureka, look what I found. Someone on the SERT team had to find that. Someone did. I will give $1,000 to anyone on the other side who can tell me the name of the trooper or the member of the SERT team who found that piece of taillight. Found the first piece of taillight. Who was it? Can you tell me? Can you tell me the name of the person in that unit, the SERT team unit, who found the taillight? Can you do that? Because that's called chain of custody. Who found it? Who found it? Who is the person? Why are there mystery men digging up that area? And don't take my word for it. Take the word of Lieutenant O'Hara. Yeah, let me I'm gonna take down the chat because people say this ends. This blocks the turtle chat. Okay, I'll take that down. Okay, cool. All right, let me pull this up. All right, so this is O'Hara says, O'Hara testified that 3 people, just listen to this.
As far as the 7 members of your unit, in addition to the 7 members were else. I believe there was 5 other members. I believe there were only 2 that I recognized from the state police. So I'm not sure who the other 3 were. They were Canton detectives, Canton patrolmen, but they were all dressed in civilian, plain clothes.
There were 5 members. There were 5 other people there. And how many didn't he recognize?
As far as the 7 members of your unit, in addition to the 7 members were else. I believe there was 5 other members. I believe there were only 2 that I recognized from the state police. So I'm not sure who the other 3 were. They were Canton detectives, Canton patrolmen.
Canton police,
but they were all dressed in civilian, plain clothes.
So there's 5 people there. He recognizes 2 of them. That means 3 of these people are unknown to him. He thinks they're Canton police, but they're all wearing plain clothes. I guess he didn't ask, who the fuck are you for some reason. Anyone can just join the SERT team and show up and start shoveling. And Eureka, somebody finds it there. Shocking. Again, Kevin Albert, of course, would have access to all of this shit, wouldn't he? And again, we got to watch this Joe Flipperhead video. Just watch this for a minute.
That is the tow truck transporting the defendant's vehicle, arriving at Canton PD.
So 5:31, the Canton Police Department video shows that the truck has finally arrived. Okay, 5:31. At 5:33, Sergeant Simpson sends out an alert saying, we don't have the green light yet to begin searching. They are ready to go. They're there. If anyone else wants to come down and help, please do. There's a dead cop involved here. But we're waiting. We don't have the green light yet. What on earth did they need the green light for? What are you waiting for? Why would Tully not give them the green light? Can any of them explain that to me? What were you waiting for, Tully? So at 5:36, the car pulls into the Sallyport. Indisputable. You got Yuri is taken. He gets out of the driver's seat. This is the inverted video. This is Proctor. This is Yuri. Yuri's taking pictures of the front of the car. Look at him.
That's Trooper Proctor and myself. Yeah.
Can we turn out the lights, please, Dave? Thank you.
Watch this. Oh, there goes Slips. Oh. Look at that flash. So why did he take a picture of the front of the car and not the back? Why didn't they take a picture of the back of the car? Why just the front? This is such an underrated thing, too.
After we found one or two of the pieces of the taillight, I asked him if he knew how much damage was to the taillight, or if he had a photo that we could get of the taillight.
Or what kind of thing did he tell you?
He told us at that time the vehicle was being towed back to Canton PD, so he did not have a photo to show us.
They didn't have a photo to show them because Tully tells O'Hara that the car is still being towed. But yet they've already taken a picture at that point. Because he's like, how much taillight are we looking for here? Can we get a picture of what the taillight looks like? But no, they didn't take a picture, did they? Just to the front. And Tully lies about where the car is.
And at any point, did he make any reference to who was coming along with the tow?
He said Sergeant Buchanan and Trooper Proctor were following the vehicle back to Canton PD.
Tully claims you couldn't get a photo because the vehicle was being towed back to Canton Police. A complete lie. A complete lie.
We wanted to know what we were looking for. Specifically, Lieutenant O'Hara wanted to know what are we looking for and what's the scope of the items we're looking for.
But all members were on scene by 5:41. Once all the members got on scene, we set up a line search.
So we had discussion about how much taillight we believe was missing from Miss Reed's vehicle.
After we found one or two of the pieces of the taillight, I asked him if he knew how much damage was to the taillight, or if he had a photo that we could get of the taillight.
So that as we go along, we would know if we had enough, or we had it all, I should say.
So, this guy's just fucking pure evil. This piece of shit. I hate this motherfucker so much. But yeah, I mean, listen to what he's saying here. So he's just lying. He's just lying. At 5:41, he gives them the kind of green light to start doing this. The car is in the Sallyport by 5:36. All right. And again, let me just go over a couple things, right? So they claim they start looking for this taillight at 5:41. All right. And they claim that the first piece is found at 5:45. Somehow they start just digging through 18 inches of snow and immediately find a very, small piece of red taillight. Okay. Just sitting there. They get one. Then O'Hara says that they searched 59 feet from the front door to the fire hydrant. The first piece of taillight was found in front of the flagpole, which is like 15 feet into the yard. If they started at 5:41, that means they'd have to go 30 feet in 4 minutes for them to find the first piece at 5:45. That is some fast ass shoveling. Also, the most important thing from the O'Hara testimony, Joe Flipperhead thinks, he said that after we went 8 to 10 feet from the point they found the last piece of taillight, they decided to call the search because they didn't find anything, meaning they searched 10 feet to the hydrant without finding anything. This is the same place that Yuri and Proctor later found taillight, the exact same place. O'Hara also testified that the taillight that was found was located on the street. Yet none of the taillight Proctor or Buchanan was found on the street. How does that happen? How is it not plowed away? Like it just came back into the yard, this taillight? It just came back into the yard. Okay. Oh my God. Imagine believing this. Oh. So there's no way they found any taillight before at least 5:55. How could they? Unless somebody just had some in his pocket and like, oh, look what I found. Look what I found. Anyway, and if after they started finding taillight again, let me get out of this one. Listen to this. Oh, wait, let's keep watching this. Sorry.
And so with respect to that, what, if anything, were you able to share with Lieutenant O'Hara with respect to Ms. Reed's vehicle at that particular time?
I didn't have much information because it was still on a tow truck or being loaded up into the Canton Police Department at that time.
Now,
it was still on a tow truck at 5:41. He testified to that. It wasn't on a tow truck at 5:41. He will have a different story this time, this trial around, and he will say this is a scrivener's error. And guess what? Guess who will have no grave concerns about this? That would be Beverly Cannoni. She will have no grave concerns about the fact that this guy's story is going to change in the trial too, because this is what they always do. I've been doing this for 2 years. They lie, they get caught in a lie, and then they say, oh, that's not what I meant to say. It happens every fucking time with these people. Every time, like clockwork. It will happen again in this trial because he's going to get cross-examined about this. I guarantee if Joe Flipperhead's finding this, Alan Jackson's seen it too. Guaranteed. And God forbid if they let Mark Betterow on that team. He's going to see this shit too. They're going to see everything if that guy gets on the team. That guy is a stickler for the details.
You're aware that, or he testified yesterday, that at some point while you and SERT team were conducting the search at 34 Fairview, that Sergeant Mechanic and Trooper Proctor were following a tow truck with the defendant's vehicle from Dayton to the Canton Police Department, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it had been at the Canton Police for 10 minutes before the SERT team allegedly began their search. Tully said during the search, the SUV was still being towed to Canton Police. At 5:37, before O'Hara ever asked for a photo, Buchanan is on video taking a photo. Yes.
Direct your attention to where you observe yourself and where you observe Trooper Proctor.
That's Trooper Proctor and myself. Yeah.
After we found one or two of the pieces of the taillight, I asked him if he knew how big, how much damage was to the taillight. Or
after I found one or two pieces of taillight, I asked him how big this is. AKA, how much taillight are we looking for here? Because if there's just a small crack, I think we got it all. But if he had shown him a picture of what is now being entered in evidence, he'd be like, well, we got to stay a little bit longer because we didn't find all this shit. There's definitely more under there. I don't think O'Hara is in on this at all. I think this is just a guy whose job is to shovel shit and look through snow and look through fucking woods and shit. And I think he's just a useful, Toby Flenderson. That's what this guy reminds me of, who's just punching the clock. All right. And I think he's being played by Brian Tully, who's telling him you can't search it. No, not yet. Not yet. I'll tell you when. He's like, okay, how much taillight are we looking for here? And then Tully's lying to him. Tully's like, we don't have any pictures. He's got fucking pictures. He's got pictures. He's just lying to him. To me, I fail to see any corruption from this guy. He didn't smell like he was in on it. You know what I mean?
Get a photo that we could get of the taillight.
Can we turn out the lights, please, Dave? Thank you.
There it is. Boom.
Or what, if anything, did he tell you?
He told us at that time the vehicle was being towed back to Canton PD, so he did not have a photo to show us.
Ooh. So 45 minutes after they ride, so they finish at 6:15. They just stop. No photos were ever provided
And we were complete
of the
by
car.
6:15. We started to wrap up and clear the area.
Now, sir, at any point in time that you were on scene, were you able to look at or see any sort of photographs or any images of the damage to the taillight?
No, I was not.
So fair to say that at the time that you're conducting your search on that particular afternoon, you weren't aware of how much taillight could be there or how much you might be looking for, correct?
Correct. We did not know how much damage there was.
And prior to you leaving from the scene at 34 Fairview Road, along with the SERT team on that date of January 29th, even at that time, did you know the full extent or how much taillight you were looking for at that time?
No.
Right. So he didn't know nothing. He didn't know nothing. And again, O'Hara came back with the SERT team the next day to continue the search after listen to what he offers to do here.
I told Lieutenant Tully, we'll do a debrief at the end. We'll go over probability of detection, how I feel, whether we would have found everything that was there. I told him that there was a good chance we did not find everything. I said, if you want us to come back in the daylight, just give us better lighting to search, or after a couple of days, the weather was supposed to warm up. If you wanted us to come back after there was some snow melt, just to reach out to me and we would come back.
I told him afterwards, I don't think we found everything. We'd be happy to come back tomorrow if you want my services. Never calls. So this guy whose job it is to search through snow and look for shit is like, hey, we can come back tomorrow. I understand it's fucking snowing right now. I understand it's dark out. We'll come back tomorrow in the daylight and we can crank this baby out and we'll find it all. We'll find everything. And Tully's like, no, that's not necessary. I got a better idea. As the supervisor of all the cops in this county, I'm just going to tell them all, hey guys, on your way into work, just drive by 34 Fairview Road. Don't get out of your car or anything. Just drive by. And if you look over and you happen to see taillights sitting there, just go and, pick it up. Bring it in here and we'll document it. Maybe. That's the plan instead. This guy literally says he's offering to, we'll check it out the next day. He's like, no. I got a better idea. Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to find bits and pieces of it instead. I like that idea better. Right. That's good police work. Good, solid police work right there. All right. And listen to this. This is when he talks about the SERT team being
search. We moved Trooper Boussalet's vehicle at 5:20, and that's when the rest of the team started to show up right around 5:21, 5:24. A couple of the members with extended response time showed up a little bit after that, but all members were on scene by 5:41. We had already started the process before they had all arrived on scene, and we were complete by 6:15. We started to wrap up and clear the area.
By 5:41. Why were they waiting? Boussalet's got his spotlight on the area. Now, Plevin claims that WBZ News was down. Like, this couldn't have happened because WBZ News was down there. Where is he getting this from? Can anyone show that to me? Where WBZ News was filming the SERT team search? Is that right? They let them into the crime scene. The news was just sitting there, parked outside the crime scene, watching the police do it. So does anyone have video of WBZ News sitting there? This is what he claims. Again, when I say Plevin claims this, I mean, that's what they're going to claim, the Commonwealth. Whatever Plevin says, you have to assume the Commonwealth is going to argue the same thing. They are one and the same at this point. Does anyone have any fucking clue what he's talking about? I know he's completely full of shit, whatever, but where the fuck is he getting this from? They couldn't have planted taillight there because WBZ. I've failed to see I've seen a picture from Boussalet's car. Again, the cover of this article has a picture right here, okay, of the SERT team search. That's it right here. And you can see, let me blow this up. See if actually, I can just go over here. SERT team search Fairview Road. Okay. So this is it. I've seen this. Is he saying this is from WBZ News? This appears to be dash cam footage from Boussalet's car. That's what I assume that's what I don't know what the fuck this is. It's a still photo. They're saying this is from WBZ. Karen Reed, WBZ SERT team. Okay, let me read that. Karen Reed, WBZ SERT team. Nothing comes up. Like nothing useful comes up. Like, wouldn't there be? What if I just? I know what I'll do. I'll do an advanced search. You Google it. Watch this. Custom range. We'll pick the exact date. Okay, so we'll go January. Wait, do you have to do 1/29/22, and we'll do it to 2/4/22. Go. Okay. So what's this? Let's go to this. Let's see this WBZ report.
The body of a man found outside a home in Canton is that of a Boston police officer. Officer John O'Keefe, who was off duty, was.
So this is what the WBZ film has. So this is what they have. This is the WBZ footage Kevin's talking about. Okay. Do you see anyone from a SERT team here? I see a shoveled out area right here that doesn't even make it to the fucking flagpole. I see a whole shoveled out area right here. And I don't see any human beings there. So it appears as if WBZ got there after the SERT team did their search. I don't see any footage. Plevin has said, and this is what these idiots are saying, is that there was no time to plant taillight because WBZ was sitting there and they would have seen the taillight being planted. They were sitting there the whole time. No, they couldn't have been. There's no way they were fucking. This is footage from afterwards. Clearly, the area has been shoveled out by them, right?
Fairview Road yesterday morning in front of a friend.
Look, it's already been shoveled out. Who's the? Is that the Asian house? What's that guy? Who's that guy? Who is everyone walking? Who's this guy? Who are these fucking people just walking through the fucking crime scene?
Road yesterday morning in front.
Like, who's this guy with the lamp? Who's that guy? What the fuck is this? I've never seen this. I've never analyzed this before. That's an Asian guy, correct? There's just an Asian guy with a fucking kerosene lamp. Like we're in 1850 here, walking through a crime scene. This is wild. This is a guy with a fucking kerosene lamp walking through a goddamn crime scene next to another guy with a shovel. The job is clearly done, whatever they've done. There's a fucking truck here, whatever this truck is. I don't know what's going on here. What is happening right now?
Friend's house. State police were at the scene last night investigating this. At this point, it's not clear how he died. An autopsy is set for tomorrow.
Like, is this Boussalet's car? Is that Boussalet's car sitting there with the spotlight on?
O'Keefe was a 16-year veteran.
Okay, so they're coming back. Who are these guys? Who are those guys? Who the fuck are those guys? Which ones? O'Hara. Who the fuck are these guys? Anyone know who these fucking guys are? I mean, Plevin is saying again that WBZ was there the whole time. Why don't they have video of him shoveling? All I see is the aftermath of it. Now I see two guys walking through here. What are they doing? The shovel is still sitting there. Again, they didn't make it all the way to the flagpole.
Of the Boston Police.
And how the fuck did they find taillight in here? They didn't even go all the way to the ground, it looks like. I don't see any grass here at all. Come on.
Police Department.
What's this? Okay, what's this? So is this Busel? What side of the streets? What's going on here?
Department released a statement on the death of Officer O'Keefe, which reads in part, John will be greatly missed by his friends and colleagues here at the Boston Police Department as we send our heartfelt condolences to his family and loved ones during this difficult time.
Crazy to think about. So there's that. What's this one? Okay, that's the only footage I can find from that. I mean, a bunch of other stuff comes up, but from that, wait, no, I need to once again. Yeah, that's it. It's the only thing that comes up. Only thing comes up. So I don't know, guys. I guess I must have missed it. I guess I must have missed WBZ sitting there, Plevin. Missed that one. Okay, cool. Or maybe they should have, why isn't the prosecution? How about this? Since Spanky Brennan loves to find interview footage of Karen Reed, wants it all, why hasn't Spanky filed a motion to get all of WBZ's video coverage from January 29th, 2022, right? I mean, WBZ was there, right? WBZ, according to Plevin and them, could end this shit right now because they were sitting there right there, the filming the whole time. So he wants all of the fucking unedited footage from Boston 25 interview with Karen Reed's dad because I guess she fucking confessed or something to murder in those interviews somewhere. Maybe we'll find out. But, you know, footage from WBZ of the SERT team that could prove or disprove that somebody showed up there and planted taillight. Nah, we don't need a motion for that. How come the only person who ever wants video footage that actually matters is Karen Reed? Why is she the only one wanting Sallyport footage, like, and filing motions for it and shit? Why isn't it the other way? Aren't they trying to convict her? If they're so convinced that Karen Reed's taillight was completely shattered when it entered the Canton Police Sallyport garage, why aren't they the ones getting that goddamn video? They don't want it, do they? Why is that? Why is that? Oh, I know. Because it wasn't how they said it was it? And everyone knows that. All right, back to this. Wait, did I share? Okay, cool. And by the way, look, actually, I want to look at this picture one more time because this needs to be discussed. So this is the picture we've seen. I don't know what this is from, but I see one guy with the state police jacket on. We don't know who that is. Maybe it's O'Hara. I see the fire hydrant over here, and I see a bunch of guys shoveling. Every one of them is choosing to wear black that day. Like, let's just wear all black. Let's just make sure no one knows who the fuck we are. I'm just a guy with the black pants, a black jacket, and a shovel who was called in for this posse called a SERT team. And, you know, the Asian guy is going to walk through here with this kerosene lamp and light up the area. And maybe we'll find some semen. I don't know. Or some doxing. We'll find out. And that's the goddamn plan. Now, also remember, about the mysterious, the ghost of the Canton Police Sallyport garage. Let's not forget about the ghost. So 5:31, the car gets there. 5:36, it goes in. 5:37, Bukkake's taking a picture. Proctor's already back at the taillight. Then at 5:37 and 37 seconds, the camera jumps forward 20 seconds, also known as shit's deleted. And at the point it comes back at 5:37 and 57 seconds, there is a ghost walking out. A transparent man who he's wearing, like, you can see through him here, but he's wearing this. Look what he's wearing, all black. You know who else is dressed like this? Every guy at the fucking SERT team is dressed like that. So a guy who is dressed like every other fucking guy at the SERT team, according to that picture we looked at, walks out of the goddamn garage. And he happened to be standing right next to Michael Proctor. How long would it take for Michael Proctor? He goes for that taillight immediately. He knows the SERT team is waiting. He knows that the green light has not been given for some inexplicable reason. They're all sitting there holding their dicks, waiting to shovel. And they're like, no, we can't. So Proctor gets there and he's like, we got to go fast. Okay. He goes right back to the taillight. He immediately makes a fucking beeline for the goddamn taillight. 20 seconds disappears. All of a sudden, the man is seen leaving the garage who was not there 20 seconds ago. He was not fucking there. And then he's seen leaving and he's right next to Proctor. So again, he didn't even have to fucking destroy the whole thing right there. Just a little piece. They need something there. They need to put something at the scene. We don't have time for 45 pieces. 4 will do. Because if there was 45 pieces of taillight there, they would have found 45 pieces. Or at least 20. I don't fucking know. They would have found more than 4. Especially that Czechoslovakia motherfucker. Don't forget about that Czechoslovakia motherfucker. The bad boy. The dinner plate. That bitch. That Proctor found on February 18th. It was the biggest goddamn one. The biggest piece was found 3 weeks later. Come on. Come on. He held it up in front of the jury. Look at this bad Czechoslovakia motherfucker. How the fuck did they not find that? So you don't need to put 45 pieces there. You got to go fast. Gets in there. Take this part out. Oh, it's fucking cracked already. This is easy. He might not even have to fucking pull shit off. There's probably some of it in the inside of the taillight, whatever they call that. Because there's none found at One Meadows, right? So it's got to be pushed in. Rip off a couple pieces. Hand it off to the ghost, who's dressed like every guy on the SERT team. So the ghost takes his fucking pieces at 5:37 and he's out of there. Now, what they could do to solve who the ghost is what if there's some, oh man, if only there was some video footage from outside the Canton Police. What if there was an exterior video that could get the car pulling in and it would show the right rear taillight and it would show the face of the person, the ghost walking out? Wouldn't that be fucking cool? Oh, well, lo and behold, there is. This didn't come up in the first trial. It turns out that the whole fucking time there was an exterior video that showed the whole thing. And Spanky Brennan, as honest as he is like, oh, gives it to the defense on January 28th, 2025. And says, here's the goddamn video. Oh, awesome. Let's check this out. Play this bitch. Okay. What do we got here? It's like watching spice porn in 1994. The whole shit's blurry. Okay. It's like scrambled porn. You can't see shit on there. Okay. There's nothing there. Everybody knows what I'm talking about too, with the scrambled porn. All right. And you can't see anything on there. And that's just standard. That's just how shit works around here. And that's just supposed to be normal. None of this shit is normal. None of it. So the ghost walks out, and it's a 4-minute drive from CPD to Fairview Road. It's right there. It's 1.4 miles. If you were a cop, you don't got to wait at red lights. You just go. You get there, and coincidentally, 5:37 to 5:41 is how many minutes? 4 minutes. And the search starts at 5:41. So the last member, the green light gets there right at the same time as the ghost. The ghost of the Kearney Police Sallyport garage gets there, and boom. And does anyone know Proctor? Somebody sent me this video. I didn't realize it. Proctor testifies about who the ghost is. Do you guys know who he says the ghost is? Let's find out. Let's find out who he says the ghost of the Kearney Police Sallyport garages. Actually, this motherfucker really is a ghost now. Here we go.
Toward the back of the vehicle, somebody just, while you were at the back of the vehicle, just sort of appeared and walked out of the Sallyport, correct?
Yes.
And was that Chief Berkowitz?
Yeah, that's my. It looks like him. Yes.
Yeah.
So you and Chief Berkowitz are both toward the rear of the vehicle. He just apparates out of thin air because the video is missing some footage, correct?
It appears that way, or it skips.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Or it skips. I don't know that system at all. So.
Okay, and you're holding what appears to be that same black portfolio that we saw in the hospital.
Yes.
So, anything else you noticed that was odd about the video? Toward the back of the vehicle,
Berkey.
somebody just, while you were at the back of the vehicle.
It had to be someone from Kearney Police, right? Oh, okay. Joe, let me check something real quick. I gotta check my DMs. So he says it's Berkey. Right? And why does he say it's Berkey? Like look at how reluctant he is to say that too.
It'll just sort of appear and walked out of the Sallyport, correct?
Yes.
And was that Chief Berkowitz?
Yeah, that's my. It looks like him. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like him. Yes. These people denied saying anything. They're like, oh no, the whole trial is. I can't recall. I can't be sure. I don't want to get stuck in something that's wrong. I don't know what time it is. And he's like reluctantly on this one. He's like, yeah, I think it is. That means that the feds asked him about it. That's what that means. And he doesn't want to get caught in a lie. That's him thinking. Okay. So I don't know if it was Berkey, Kevin Albert, someone. I mean, we know Berkey's dirty. We know that motherfucker is rotting in fucking hell right now because he fucking died and didn't leave a fucking note confessing to what he fucking did. That piece of shit. I hope he's rotting and burning in fucking hell where he belongs. Fuck Ken Berkowitz. Karma's a motherfucker, isn't it? And because Ken Berkowitz gladly participated in this. Ken Berkowitz got a Boston 25 News reporter to take down a tweet mentioning the fact that John O'Keefe's body was found in Brian Albert's front lawn because Brian Albert was a pillar of the community. Ken Berkowitz found a piece of taillight on May 4th while he was driving by the house. Just found it. Ken Berkowitz got his oncologist to write a letter saying he can't testify at the fucking trial. Yeah. So anyway, Berkowitz, Kevin Albert, whatever. There's random fucking people showing up. O'Hara says it's somebody from the Kearney Police Department, right? So there's that. Other footage I got here. Logic Boy. Here's another one. It's the grainy. All right, let's check this one out. Lena, check out the video. Commonwealth turned over. It's the grainy salad. This is TC T Clubber Lang, 69. Okay. Alexis, it's the grainy Sallyport video that jumps from 507 to 550. Alexis LX 570 appears out of nowhere like Santa dropped it off. So they got two videos given to them. They got the Sallyport garage inverted video And then they got this motherfucker, whatever this is. Look at it. Look how.
If we could, with the court's permission, begin playing at this time, this is about 5:07 and 10 seconds. That's time of day. We can play for about a little less than a minute.
Okay.
Then this happens. The scrambled porn. Spice porn. Let's see. That's the best video we got, Colleen Crawford says. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, there's a car. There's a car all of a sudden there. Whoa. Whoa. How'd that happen?
Sergeant, did you see what was depicted on the video that just ran from 5:07
to 5:50?
If we could.
So there's that. That's normal. All right. And, you know, if the Sallyport garage video was motion censored as they claimed it was, why does it revert back to that sort of blurriness all of a sudden? Like, how do we not see it entering? Shouldn't we see it entering if it's goddamn motion censored? I'm just saying. And let's see what else I got here. So now I got Flip Ahead telling me there's no way they found any taillight before 5:55, he says. If you listen to O'Hare, he explains this. So then he sends me this. How the fuck does this piece get there? How'd the SERT team miss this? So this is, I don't know what piece this is he's sending me here. Let me share this. Yeah, he sends me this. This is, what date is this? 6/5/24. Oh, this is entered into evidence. It doesn't say what date that's on. Oh, what's this one? I don't know what the significance of this joke, because he's like, how did they miss this? I don't know how big this is. And I don't know when this picture was taken. I don't know. So I can't answer that one. But how'd they miss that? I don't fucking know. I don't know. What's this one? Yeah. All right. So anyway, back to this. All right, let's get back to the motion to dismiss. We got a little off track there. But all of this needs to be gone. We got to go over all this to understand Spanky's opposition to the motion to dismiss. So 456, Bousalil is there. Okay. And he's like, the Commonwealth has provided substantial evidence, including accident reconstruction video from its expert Judd Welcher, demonstrating that Karen Reed could not have broken her taillight. I can't wait for that, Judd. There's a guy named Judd, okay? Judd Welcher is going to take the stand, and he's going to explain how he has reconstruction video. He's got a reconstruction video of a Lexus LX 570 backing into a Chevy Traverse, and the taillight doesn't break, which means he's gonna have to go at the exact same angle. How the fuck is he going to recreate that exact same? I can't wait to see this video, guys. I can't fucking wait. Yeah, this is a new witness for the Commonwealth. It's not just Trooper Paul anymore. They've got a guy named Judd. So they're moving up in the world. So they got Judd. Judd the Chud is going to show us a video of Lexus LX 570 backing into a Chevy Traverse. And I guess the Lexus doesn't break its taillight. I think that's what they're going to say. This ought to be good. This ought to be good, because I think I've also heard that this guy, this is from the Plevins of the world, that Judd the Chud is also has a reconstruction video or some sort of slideshow that's going to show how John O'Keefe was hit by a car. Oh, I can't wait for that. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. So we're going to pick on Trooper Paul, and we're going to go with this guy too. I can't wait. Bring it on. Judd, we had fun with Trooper Paul, but I cannot wait to have some fun with Judd the Chud. So we'll see. So anyway, back to this. Beyond unsupported claims, vague innuendos, the defense struggles to establish how the condition of the defendant's taillight, Sallyport, is in fact exculpatory or the most critical and highly contested issue of the case. They fail to explain it. It's because you say the taillight is fucking evidence. That's how. Despite claims to the contrary, the defense never filed a motion to preserve, or in its perpetually involving theory of the case. Our theory is involving, excuse me, you motherfuckers went from 3-point turn to 62 feet in 24 miles an hour in reverse real quick, didn't you? You went from the car was towed at 5:30 to the car was towed at 4:15 really fucking quick, didn't you? You went from dark figure on the lawn to black blob real quick. You went from could I have hit him? Did I hit him? To I hit him real quick, didn't you? Didn't you? And I mean, is this a joke? The defense's theory? The defense's theory has always been the same. He went inside the house and they kicked the shit out of him and threw him on the lawn. That's it. That's the whole theory. All right, anyway. They never filed a motion to preserve. What? Surveillance video from the Canton police. Oh. Well, and here's the thing. Oh. Because they did file a motion to preserve all physical evidence, including present or near the decedent at the time his body was discovered at the alleged crime scene. But the Canton Police Department, guys, isn't the crime scene. Is this guy fucking serious? Is he fucking serious? Oh, we didn't have to preserve the Canton police. It's not. And this is what they're actually going to say, is that we didn't have to save that. Why would we save that? We just have a case that we just housed what we believed was the murder weapon in the Canton Police Department. We didn't need to save videos of anyone touching it. No, nothing shady about that. If you think there's nothing shady about that, you are just a dishonest person. That's all you are. You're a dishonest person. Everybody and their motherfucker knows. Everybody and their mother knows how fucking shady that is. Okay? Prior to that, the prosecutor had never been alerted to the existence of the Sallyport video by investigating officers. What? That they didn't know this existed until April 4th, 2024. The Commonwealth guys, it's not their fault. They didn't know. I'm sorry. But you asked for video. Like, they're just passing the buck on the Canton police. Saying we didn't know. Motherfucker, you knew. You contacted them. They obviously preserved all this video. So why aren't you? I don't understand the Canton police. Aren't they offended that the state police are basically calling them retarded because they couldn't find any of this taillight when they searched the scene at 7 o'clock? Aren't they offended by that? Aren't they offended by all this? Helena Rafferty is such a fucking sellout. I stared like that cunt thought she could scare me by staring me down. You don't fucking, you think you scare me, you corrupt bitch? Are you mad that I fucking exposed the fact that you hit an elderly man and tried to cover that shit up? Are you mad about that? Are you mad about the fact that I came to your fucking mansion in Norfolk and took pictures outside of it to show the and read your probate court docs and saw how you're fucking milking your firefighter husband for every fucking penny he's got, even though all of your kids are all grown-ups now, you freeloading cunt. Oh, you piece of shit. You think you scare me, Helena Rafferty, with your scare downs? You fucking, oh, you lit bitch. Lesbian in training. Oh my God. I hate you. Anyway, fucking hate her. She's the face of just mediocrity, isn't she? Mediocrity. Oh, I hate her. Anyway, back to this. Let me pull this up now. So that was interesting, but now we got to look at this over here. So check this out. And I forget the name of the Twitter account. I think it's like Look the Other Way, something on Twitter. They found this. Olivia Niall Lambo retweeted it. Check this out. This is a screenshot from during the trial. How has this not been brought up? Look at this. This is shared from the trial. The prosecution had this on the big screen. These are all their files. Look at the dates on some of these Sallyport videos. 6/2/2023. What? All these videos are 6/2/2023, 6/7/2023, 6/2/2003. They got these videos, the Commonwealth did, on those dates. That's when they got these videos. They were never turned over. They've had them the whole time. They had busted. How do they explain that? How are they going to explain that? It's right there. Yet here they claim prior to Michael Proctor's testimony in front of the federal grand jury in February of 2023, we didn't know any of this existed. Yes, you did. There's a screenshot that you had it since June of 2023. Busted. Those said modified files too. So that means they could have had them before that. Busted. I mean, it's right fucking there. I mean, what Twitter's not going to find your ass. It's not just me. I didn't find that shit. Somebody else found that. I'm just amplifying it right now. That's all I'm doing. God damn, these guys lie. The quality of video is poor in certain portions. Oh, yeah. However, that is the condition it was recorded in, and the condition it was received by the prosecutor. So it's not our fault. The Commonwealth has produced evidence that since January of 2022, the Sallyport camera was replaced due to its defective condition. Oh, okay. So it's just the technology in 2022 comes up like spice porn. That's it. That's how it comes up. Like the Spice Channel. Scrambled porn. That's how it came up. Right. Okay. The Commonwealth filed its certificate of compliance on April 10th, noting to the best of its knowledge and after reasonable inquiry, it had disclosed all information. The parties were in court April 10th, 2024 to argue motions in limine. The defense televised motion, admit 30-part culprit, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The prosecutor had not previously received this video or knew of its existence. There's a lot of that in this. Oh, we got this from Chief Rafferty. We didn't even know about it. Yes, you did. You got busted right there. Busted. I spoke with Chief Rafferty. She reviewed the video of the SUV arriving at CPD exists, and we should have it. Contrary to what the defense represented on Friday. Oh, right. Right. Subsequently, the prosecutor requests the state police and Canton police produce all relevant and material surveillance video. Yes. On April 23rd, the Commonwealth provided the defense with surveillance video entitled Interior Sallyport Back Wall. On April 24th, that's when they got that. Well, let me see if that. Yeah, this one says they got that one on April 16th. They got that one of 2024. So that's not one of the videos that they got in June of 2023. That one they did get on the 16th. Notably, what was produced to the Commonwealth and provided to the defense was inverted surveillance video footage. The Commonwealth did not manipulate or alter any video, we swear, and entered as a trial exhibit the video in the condition it was received, passing the buck off to the Canton police. And I'm sorry, that's unacceptable. You don't just get to blame the Canton police. You guys should have held them accountable and said, what's up with this? We need the regular tape, dipshit, not an inverted one. Contrary to the defendant's representations that the Commonwealth's intention was to mislead or deceive the jury by introducing the inverted video, the defendant fails to mention that after the defense altered the video to correct the image to appear consistent with the human eye, the Commonwealth played the entirety of the corrected yet altered video, which reveals that Trooper Proctor is standing feet away from the defendant's vehicle and never touched the right rear taillight. What? That's just a complete lie. They certainly did not. They show him right next to the taillight. We have no idea how many feet away he is from the taillight because we can't see it. He's on the hidden part. We can't see it. Further omitted from the defendant's filing is the fact that Trooper Proctor's DNA was not on the right rear taillight. Oh, good. It's almost like he was wearing fucking gloves. Well, at least we know one thing. Guys. Michael Proctor didn't come on the taillight because his DNA is not there. He didn't whip his 3-inch dick out and masturbate onto the fucking taillight. Thank fucking God. I was really worried for a second that Michael Proctor came on the fucking taillight. But thank God his DNA is not there. It's almost like he was wearing a fucking glove. Like that. Like, what the fuck do these idiots think that fucking Proctor couldn't have planted taillight. His DNA is not there. Well, thank God he didn't fucking come on it. Thank fucking God. He did something decent. He didn't come on the taillight. Thank God. Back to this. After the trial, a certified now this is wild. This language they're using here. After the trial, a certified forensic video technician employed by the Norfolk DA's office reviewed the surveillance footage that had been previously produced to the defense. Recognizing that the video is extremely dark with minimal visible detail, the video technician clarified the video footage on October 10th. What does that mean? So after the trial, we clarified the video footage and produced clarified videos, whatever that means. After the trial, CPD provided 2 additional videos. Well, thank God. After trial. Video from the interior Sallyport camera on January 1st, depicting that the camera captured all video in inverted fashion to rebut the defense's suggestion that the video had been tampered with. Yeah, we'll see. And consistent with the witness's trial testimonies, video from the interior hallway of Brian Higgins on his phone. Yeah, it seems like a big one. These videos were provided on October 10th. Prior to their production, the prosecutor was unaware. We were unaware of the existence. Then they got Brian Higgins on the phone, but this is redacted. Both Brian Higgins and Brian Albert were thoroughly cross-examined at trial about their cell phones with one another. Additionally, yeah, they had some great answers about butt dials, right? Additionally, the Commonwealth provided the defense with 166 pages of swipe card records. Okay. On January 28th, the Commonwealth provided the defense with surveillance video from the main driveway side exterior Sallyport that depicts a different camera angle of the defendant's vehicle arriving at CPD Sallyport. Notably consistent with other videos received The quality of the video is poor. There is absolutely nothing depicted in the video exculpatory or undermines the consistent evidence that the defendant's right rear taillight was broken and pieces were missing prior to the vehicle being towed from Dayton. There's nothing in the video that is exculpatory. Look at it. The quality of the video is poor. So this is the blurry video handed over from outside. This new angle that could show the exact condition of the taillight when it came in, but it was too blurry. It came in as scrambled porn. But the quality is poor, but there is absolutely nothing depicted in the video that is exculpatory. Yes, because it came in as scrambled porn. That's why. What planet am I on here? Where they're just like, yeah, well, there's nothing exculpatory in that video. Yeah, because it's fucking blurry. How the fuck? Why is it blurry? Maybe if it wasn't blurry, it would be exculpatory. Maybe. That's the problem, you idiots. And once again, we never saw this video before. How about this one? After inquiry, it was learned that an investigator obtained this video from Canton Police in 2022, and it was placed in a physical case file. What the fuck is a physical case file? And never provided to the prosecutor for multimedia assistant for download. That's not Karen Reed's problem. That's a y'all problem. That's a motion to dismiss problem. Sorry. Maybe next time run a normal investigation. Although the prosecutor was wholly unaware of this video until recently, how many times are you going to say that? The Commonwealth does not dispute that the video was in its custody during the defendant's first trial. Had the prosecutor known about this video, it would have been produced. Right. As every other video known to the prosecutor was. Right. All right. The production was the poor quality of the January 28th video makes it difficult for either party to benefit from it. I would say you're benefiting from that immensely, Spanky. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know, Spanky's right, though. Spanky's right, though. If that video wasn't blurry, we would see the condition of the taillight, and one side would benefit from that. We don't know which side. But the side that's hiding it and doesn't want it seen seems like the side that has something to hide, that probably doesn't want it shown. And that would be the Commonwealth. It's simply from a different camera angle. Yeah, an angle that shows the taillight. Yeah. An angle that doesn't have to be inverted. All right. She has presented absolutely no evidence that a forensic copy of the Sallyport surveillance video with metadata and call logs would have been exculpatory. She has no evidence that this would have been exculpatory. Oh, right. So you have no proof that this would prove she's innocent, but we're just not going to give it to you. And now you can't prove that it wouldn't help. It might have. Can we look at it? Oh, these fucking people. Okay, and then the to me, these other stuff about the Jennifer McCabe and Michael Lang things, those are great. And Fanning fucking with the jury. I want to see more from the sidebar. You know, again, Fanning was never seen in court with the jury. Ronnie said he never saw Fanning. So Fanning was not like sitting on the bus with them going there, but he was in charge of governing the jury, kind of like overseeing jury security. And he would, of course, be able to report into the court officers and say, hey, this juror over here is a problem. And 6 weeks after this juror goes to a bar in Dedham, suddenly, on the last day of trial, this gets reported that she was at a bar in Dedham, and they accuse her of talking about the case openly at the bar. There's no video of this. Auntie Bev told her that there was video of this. They never showed the video. Nothing. She doesn't admit to it at all. And they just kick her off. And she was a solid not guilty vote. She went into this trial. She didn't know who I was. She said that the only thing she had ever heard about Turtleboy prior to this was the Dedham Library Christmas tree thing. That's the only article she'd ever seen. She's like, I think I saw an article about the Dedham Public Library took down their Christmas tree in 2022 because it offended a couple lesbians or something like that. And they had to take it down. And that made Fox News and shit. I covered it. I broke that story, actually. Lisa Desmond, my favorite Dedham librarian. She's like, that's the only story when I interviewed this juror. She's like, that's the only story I'd ever heard from you was that. And we were all asked at voir dire, do you follow Turtleboy? And I told them I've seen one story by him. I'm not like a fan or anything like that. And she wasn't. So this idea that this woman, Plevin has since threatened this woman, found out who she was, contacted her. How the fuck did Kevin know who she was? Contacts her and sends her a message saying, I know that you're a turtle rider. And she's like, what are you talking about? Leave me alone, please. Like, he's like threatening this poor woman. And if she ever came on the show, I'm sure Plevin would love to dox her. I mean, he's just waiting for that. I'm sure he is. So they talk about witness intimidation. It's all from the other side. All of it. All of this shit. So yeah. Anyway, so that's that. All right. So that's my coverage of the fucking whole. I don't just come on here and read this shit. Not my style. I like to riff and raff, if you will. All right. Okay. All right. Let's read some turtle chat, shall we? Pull up Jen sends $5 and says, is there dash cam footage from 6:23 when Jen said Karen told her to do the Google search because at 6:23 she called Brian Albert. Jen, you lying fucking bitch. I know. No, there isn't. So thank you. A-Rod sends $10 and goes, I thought the smoking gun was the chip analysis from the Bites guy back in December. So why need Judd to prove Kevin didn't break her taillight with John's Traverse? Yeah, we'll see. I don't think the chip off stuff is going to help them the way they think it is. I'm just saying. Thank you. Oksana sends $25 and goes, I wonder if Hanky was hired to protect Lally and the entire DA's office from perjuring themselves. Maybe. Kit sends $5 and goes, Glare had an episode showing Berkey's kid in a cruiser. It had an expired registration in 22, and this was 2024. The entire back taillight was pulled out in the trunk. Was he practicing? No. Just no. Thank you. Nikki sends $10 and goes, and you can't forget the calls between Higgins, Berkey, and Albert while the SERT team was finding the taillight and shoe. Higgins, Berkey, and Albert were talking. Were they really? They were actually talking while the SERT team was finding their shit. I don't even remember that. That's wild. Thank you. Josephine sends $5 and goes, Hank isn't just afraid of the ARCA guys saying Karen didn't do it. He's more afraid of ARCA being the rebuttal witness for Judd the Chud's accident reconstruction. They'll laugh him out of there. If Hank wasn't afraid, he would love to make ARCA look dumb. That's a great point. ARCA is going to come a lot. They're going to come across a lot more polished and smarter than Judd the Chud. Mackenzie sends $10 and goes, since you have T on Kerry Roberts, I'm going to assume the defense does too. Will they cross her in trial too? I think the odds of them cross-examining Kerry Roberts in trial 2 have gone up astronomically. Let's just put it that way. A-Rod sends $10 goes, the taillight was not 24 inches long. The Pope could be standing on the snowbank, and it's still so easy to take taillight out of your pocket and drop it as you're walking. Or you just say, look what I found. If you're on the SERT team. Oh, I found something. Look what I found. Exactly. Jen sends $5, goes, no dash cam video of Proctor or Yuri following the Lexus back to the Sallyport. It's a great question. Another great question. Thank you. Christina sends $10, goes, Doctor, it's okay to ask, if it's okay to ask, how are your kids? I know that Christmas was huge for you all. Are things back to a good normal for them? I'm a mom. I worry about those things. Well, thank you for asking and worrying about those things, Christina. Yeah, things are good. I would say, I am divorced now. I live in Holden. I see them every day. They sleep over a couple nights a week. We don't have like a set, it's kind of like vague, our parenting agreement. It's kind of like whatever's convenient. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm happy to give her a break sometimes whenever she wants it. And, have them over here, it's easier with my son to get him over here than the daughter, because the daughter's 9, gonna be 10 soon. And it's like, she's reaching the age where not really playing with dolls anymore, and likes, like, she has a vanity. Okay. I don't know what I looked at her vanity the other day and what's in it. And I'm like, what? I sat down. I'm like, can you explain what all this shit, what's this thing right here? Oh, that's my lotion. Your lotion. Okay. Because this is what little girls do now. They go on YouTube and watch skincare. That's all that's a thing. I missed the simpler days on YouTube. When she was 3, all she used to watch was videos of other kids opening and playing with their toys and presents. That's like all this Asian guy, Uncle John, like she would just sit there and watch that. And so now once they reach age like 8 or 9, then they start watching skincare shit for some reason. It's horrible. I'm against it, because I'm like, there's nothing wrong with your skin. You know what I mean? Like, you're fine, but that's what they like. And I'm sitting down in her vanity and I'm like, okay, walk me through all this. What's this thing here? And she's explaining. She's happy to explain it all to me, that I'm taking an interest in what she likes. But I don't have a vanity at my house. That's a big thing. The son's easier. The son, he's got 34 monster trucks. That's what he's big into. And so I got him a monster truck garage over here, and we house 10 of his trucks. So you got to give him something to come over here for. We're doing that thing. So it's easier, and he's got less going on in his life. My daughter cheers. It's like fucking everything cheering. Like, she was cheering all day today, competition, Providence. And it just takes up a lot of time. Whereas like with him, I got a lot more time here. So anyway, so it's going good. Thank you for asking. It's fine. I feel a lot more confident now that I'm not going back to jail. So, and I do need to get a vanity for her. You're right, Mary. I do. Yes. Time to buy a vanity for her. Exactly. And she would, that's exactly what I need. And I just want to buy, I need to buy a house. So, because I'm renting right now. This is not my house. And it's kind of a weird situation here. There's 3 bedrooms here, but only 2 of them can be used. Okay. It's a weird situation. And so they have bunk beds here, and they really need their own rooms. You know what I mean? To be really comfortable. So I need to buy a house, because I'm just throwing money every month. I'm just throwing money away on rent. Right. Because I'm also paying I pay a lot of child support. Happy to do it. And because, I don't want them to lose the goddamn house that they lived in. You know what I mean? It's like, she's going from, divorce is expensive. I never realized how expensive divorce is, and why a lot of people lose their houses during a divorce, right? Because people have a house, and, you have 2 parents paying, both contributing, 2 working parents contributing to the mortgage, right? Well, all of a sudden one moves out, and the other ones, they can't afford to pay the whole things themselves. So you got to chip in, you know what I mean? So I'm paying every month, and I'm happy to do it because my kids live there, every month for the living expenses, essentially, to do that. But then the hard part is you got to also pay for your other living shit to live in your house. And so that money is just being thrown away every month, because that's rent. So I'd like to buy a house. but then you're looking at housing prices. You're like, whoa, this is a lot higher than I remember. And so you just got to find the right time. I heard the winter is not a good time to buy a house, I don't think. So hopefully, with Trump in office, I'm hoping prices will go down a little bit. They can't go up more. I heard it's a really bad time to buy a house right now. So hopefully it goes down a little bit. And, then I can have a home, and that would be nice too. But it just takes time. It just takes time. And right now, and that's why it's like people are like, oh, you're making all this money. It's more money, more problems. It's a lot of money in legal fees. Ain't cheap for that. It's been a lot of bills to pay. And yeah, I don't know how I could have gotten divorced like before this, before Karen Reed. Like I get why people stay together that shouldn't. A lot of people just stay together because it's like the financial reality of divorce is daunting, right? It's like, and I'm sure there's a lot of people listening right now who are divorced too. And I bet you a lot of people, you are in unhappy marriages too. And it's just easier, isn't it? It's just easier for people to stay together sometimes that maybe shouldn't, because it's like, well, if we get divorced, we're gonna have to sell the fucking house, right? And that's why people fucking ultimately stay together in situations that don't make them happy, because it's just financially more feasible, But anyway, so that's how my kids are doing. Thanks for asking. And I coach my son's basketball team. That's good. We don't do very well every week because we don't have time to practice. There's nowhere to practice. And it's first and second graders, mostly first. And there's a big difference between first and second graders developmentally. And when you don't get to practice, these kids, they have nowhere to practice. So they come in every week, and dribbling is tough. And it's if you watch, it's like herding cats. Like, it's crazy, but we're working on it, but I'm looking forward to when we get to the age when it's like we play real basketball, but like I'm trying to teach them to dribble and do all this shit. And the hardest part is getting them to pay attention. I'm trying to demonstrate something, and I'm looking over, and they're looking in the stands. They're doing this. They're not paying. They're talking to each other. And I'm like, and it's like, you can't get mad at them because they're first graders. Like, hey guys, listen. Like, it's like you spend most of the time being like, listen, guys, listen. But anyway, there's that. All right, back to this. Sean sends $13 and goes, y'all live in a corrupt police state. The best thing I ever did was to leave 9 years ago. Free Turtleboy and free my old friend Karen Reed. Cheers from Marco Island. Yes, Sean, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Next up, Detective Mullins sends $10 ago. Stop reporting that Jen sent you pictures of a naked John Como. That was one picture swiped from a public Instagram and was not naked. It was taken during the fucking pandemic when everyone was stuck inside. Stop it. Free Karen Reed and free Turtleboy. Well, what's your problem, Detective Mullins? Okay, calm down. I appreciate the $10 and the free Karen Reed and free Turtleboy thing. But first of all, it's a fucking joke. Relax. But it's John in like a Speedo or some shit like that. And you're missing the fucking point, retard, Detective Mullins. Okay, thank you for the $10 again. But you're missing the fucking point. The point is that if she's scared, why is she messaging me at all? Okay, but you fucking knew that, didn't you? But yeah, you're right. You was fucking completely naked, and it was during the pandemic. So I guess that fucking changes things, Detective. All right, anyway, back to this. PJ sends $5 and goes, good luck this week. Thank you, PJ. I appreciate that. Mark sends $18 and goes, love you, doctor. No homo. I was wondering if the Canton police have the balls to be road pirates, or are they scared to pull people over? I don't know what a road pirate is. Thank you. They are corrupted. Appreciate that. Thank you. Next thing. Susan sends $10, goes, ASAP Rocky is the boy of Rihanna. The verdict was given a week or so ago, and the whole court went wild, just like a movie. What was he charged with? He murdered someone? I don't know. Chris sends $25 and says, invite me to the 9 hours of coffee, and I'll tell you how long to die in cold. No disrespect to John O'Keefe. Well, thank you very much, Chris, for your 9 hours of coffee. I appreciate that. Sarah sends $5 and says, how could anyone ever hire him as a defense attorney again after this? Seriously. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Spanky's ever going to be the same after this. I'm just saying. Lori sends $5, says, Daddy, last week's hearings were so difficult to watch. I'm surprised my TV is in one piece. Spanky and the black robe bitch need to go. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Kyle sends $25 and goes, 31 years with the Dallas Fire Department. God bless you, sir. I don't know anybody in this. I came in neutral and they lost me on day one with the injuries. I've got hundreds, maybe thousands of wrecks with a few hundred being MPAs. Now I'm sick to my stomach and I wonder if they act like this when there are cameras, how do they act when there's not any? That's a great question there, Kyle. And I appreciate the dono. Shaylin sends $10 and goes, did you see Truth and Transparency's video? She showed with Jen's Apple Watch and the iPhone data that it was Matt who did the Google searches on her phone. I haven't seen it, but I've heard people say that, and then maybe I need to go watch that. So thank you, Shaylin. Appreciate that. Lily Zena and Ruby's neighbor sends $5 and goes, do you think the feds knew about the flash drive conveniently hidden in a folder in a drawer, hence the scrambling around by the Commonwealth? I have no idea, but thank you very much. Jennifer sends $10 and goes, hey, Turtleboy, love watching your show. My husband and I get good laughs, and the comment section is funny as fuck, too. Big 15th birthday shout out to our daughter, Kayana. And thank you very much, Jennifer. I appreciate that. She's always down. Been there for the trial. Great lady. Thank you very much. Happy birthday to Kayana. Okay, let me refresh this. I don't want to miss anyone. Emmy sends $50. Thank you, Emmy, and says, so is Hanky trying to tell us the Sallyport video is an afterthought? You can't tell me that the condition of the taillight wasn't something that the Commonwealth was obsessed with. Such BS. Fuck Bev and Hank, Lally McLaughlin. I hope they all have the life they deserve. Love you. Well, thank you very much, Emmy. Is Hanky trying to tell us the Sallyport video is an afterthought? Kinda. And it's like no big deal. But he knows what a big deal this is. Right. The condition of the taillight is something they were obsessed with, but they're like, well, it doesn't matter what's on that video. It was broken earlier because of Charlie Ray's dash cam video. Right. Sure thing. But why the dash cam video doesn't show it from the side, does it? Thank you. Russian guy sends $5 and goes, remember Tammy, the girl who lied on the Russian guy of abducting her child? Good source reports she works for state police now. Don't know what you're talking about, but thank you, Russian guy. Amanda sends $50 and says, hey, Unc, did they know to save the January 1st video for comparison 3 years ahead of time? You know, since it deletes automatically and overwrites in 30 days. That's such a good point. Remember they said that they have a video from January 1st, 2022 inside the Cat and Sallyport garage, and that's inverted too. But why do you have that lying around? You just have that lying around 3 years later. I thought that it overwrites itself every 30 days. Oh, oops. Didn't think that one through, did you? And their excuse is scrambled porn video. But even the inverted video was clear. I feel like I'm in the labyrinth. It's making me angry. I want to slap the sigh out of Bev's cunt mouth. Exactly. That's what makes me so mad is her indifference to this all, you know, her, whatever, you know, and the fact that she calls it a gravely concerning about some emails with Arca. Right. All right. $20 from Amanda says to buy your daughter one of those 6-pack mini fridges. Yeah, she has one of those from Walmart for her cosmetics. Yes, it's a thing. She's already got one, but she needs to, you know what I mean? She needs, if I have to compete with the other house. That's the problem. Or else my house is lame. So I need two. You know, I got to get one for here. I think they put lotions and shit in there. She can plug it in and put it on her vanity. I hate how it's even called a vanity though. It's like, isn't that a bad word, vanity? Like, isn't that like one of the 7 cardinal sins or some shit? Like, it's like, is the narcissist taken? Like, I don't know, but I appreciate that. But whatever makes him happy. It's just easier not to fight. It's like, okay, you just have to take an interest in what your kids like, even if you find it boring and uninteresting, which I do. But you have to, like, you guys know how I feel about cheering. You know, big competition today. Big competition today. You know how many teams you choose going against? One team. So there's 2 teams. Like all this work, all this shit, big competition going against one team. We got second. I watched their routine. Looked good to me. Nobody fell. They're going up in the air. They're doing their dances. They're doing their shit. I did this thing a couple weeks ago. A clinic for dads did cheering. We did the cheering with them. It's hard for sure. It's a lot of skill. And I watched them. I'm like, girl, that seemed good to me. Lost. How? I don't understand how any of this shit works. None of it. Who picks, like, and that's what I don't like about cheering. It's the competition takes like 10 hours and you perform for 3 minutes. And then you do it. And I'm like, that was dope. That was really good. And it's like, yep, we got second out of 2. What? I don't even know who we're going against. Because next thing it's like, oh, and here's ECE Hingham, or ECE Tewksbury, or Cheer Central, or this and that. And then they come out and it's from Springfield. And then it's like this age group. And I'm like, who are we going against? Who are we going against? I don't understand. So I'm like asking her questions, learning about it. She's explaining it to me. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I keep, I'm like, that's cool. I like a scoreboard though. I like knowing what's going on. That's what I like about her soccer games is there's a scoreboard. She had a soccer game today. I find it much more enjoyable, but whatever they like, you got to do whatever they like, period. Whatever makes them happy. Because I like some weird shit too as a kid, and I'm glad my parents supported whatever weird shit I was into as a kid. But anyway, Just Joey sends $5 and goes, guess who else's DNA wasn't on the taillight? John O'Keefe. Is that true? I thought his DNA was on the taillight, but I could be wrong. But maybe he came on the taillight too. I don't fucking know. All right, let me read the Cash Apps here. Lauren sends $15 and goes, no, this is Emmy, sends $15 and goes, Paulina, your mom isn't crazy. Justice matters. Very true, Paulina. Very true. Chad sends $5 and says, towards the new house. Well, thank you, Chad. Thank you, Chad. We're almost there. I appreciate the $5. Thank you. Emmy sent $10 earlier, had no comment. Thank you. Chris CMCCM sends $5 and goes, hi, Turtleboy. Please, where's John's blood? Can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. From his head. Thank you very much. Brian sends $5 and goes, it's 2025. We have clear pictures from Mars now. I know. Maybe if Elon Musk was running the Canton Police Department, this shit would have been solved. Thank you. Jeff sends $5 and goes, please check your Facebook messages from Tiffany. Only because you asked. Okay. All right, let's see what's. So she sent me some pictures here. Look at the pictures above. Please, super important. On a past live stream, you shared a photo of a truck in Higgins' driveway. The truck in the news clip you shared today looks just like Higgins' truck that was in his drive. I've looked at that. It's not the right. Is it the right make and model? No, I've been over this before. I've looked at those pictures. It's not the right color. It's not the right color truck. But I appreciate that. It was. I don't think that was Higgins' truck. I see what you're saying, but thank you anyway. All right, next up. Lauren sends $5 and says, the Sallyport timeline is wrong if the car was backed in first. If it was, but I've seen no evidence of that. Thank you. Frank sends $5, goes, Aidan, you are a fucking free Karen Reed encyclopedia, man. Wow, I am, but there's a lot of others like me. Like, you'd be surprised how many random people on Twitter know this shit inside and out. The Joe Flipperheads of the world, the Olivia Lambos, the Lena Del Turtles of the world. There's a lot. The Carries. There's a lot. So thank you, Frank. Lauren sends $5 and goes, it's pronounced Beausoleil, French for beautiful sun. Okay, thank you. Jennifer sends $10, goes, free Karen Reed, free Turtleboy, and justice for John O'Keefe. Well, I'm afraid that the odds of justice for John O'Keefe are getting slimmer, to be honest with you, because of this. I will admit there's definitely a slowdown of the federal investigation. I've always said that. It will never officially close. I mean, whatever that means officially. If they get more evidence, they're going to work every angle and lead they get. Are they not? But eventually, I don't think they have enough to convict right now. And that's why nobody's been charged. So there's that. Andy sends $50. And she says, can you wish me a happy birthday, Daddy? XO Andy. Well, happy birthday, Andy. And I can wish you a happy birthday, especially because you sent me $50 and called me Daddy. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Happy fucking birthday. Okay. I think I got another Cash App here from Emmy and sends $5 and says, don't you want to score and have cheers for you? Oh, I see what you're saying. But they cheer for the cheerleaders anyway. They cheer for them no matter what. It's a weird culture, man. Some people are so into that shit. Every time I go to one of these cheering competitions, I see Turtle Riders always come up to me. And someone like, our daughter's competing against your daughter today or whatever. And I'm like, cool. It's like all I can think of is like the movie Bring It On with Kirsten Dunst. It's like, are we going to bring it? Is there beef with us? I don't know. Are we not supposed to get along? I don't know. Liz Nay sent $1 and said, add this to the 5 for the house. So thank you very much, Liz Nay. Okay. Let me just check the turtle chats so don't miss anyone. Okay, cool. We're good. All right. Anyone else got anything else to say? It's already been brought in. I think that was from Scary. Was that from Bring It On or a parody of it? The 3-part series coming out looked like it'd have live video of the search. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I hope to see some of you guys on Wednesday for sure for my motion to dismiss hearing. It's a big day in Turtle World. Tuesday, of course, courthouse. I'm going to try to be there for that as well. It's just a big day. Then federal courthouse Wednesday. It's a busy week, man. It's a busy week. So did Fanning oversee the jury? Yes, he did. He was ultimately in charge of the jury. What his day-to-day duties are, I'm not sure, but he should have had nothing to do with the jury. Did you have to wear a cheer dad shirt? I will never wear a cheer dad shirt ever. I will never be one of those, John. I appreciate that very much. All right. Can anyone just come into the courtroom? Mine for sure. I mean, I got the main courtroom. We got like 100 seats in there. Plenty of room. Come on in. Opening Photoshop to add a Cheer Dad shirt to the latest post, right? How did the antis know about jurors while they were deliberating? I have no idea. Mary will be at court on 3/5. Excellent. Sounds good, Mary. So let it be known. Certain people with orders who have orders against them should not be there then. Thank you. Thank you, Aidan, for mentioning lawyer LYL. Who's you mean LYK? Lawyer, you know. He gives too much grace to dirty prostitutes, but he's like a nice guy. Come on, like how can anybody not like that guy? He's like a nice guy. He means well. You can't even hate on a guy like that. He's like a nice guy, but he's never been he's hesitant to call it for what it really is. Like, let's put it out that way. He's not willing to take that extra step like a lot of us are out here, but he clearly knows something's wrong about this, Is Turtleboy's hearing being streamed? Either way, it'll be on Zoom, but hopefully somebody will be streaming it. I got to talk to some of the YouTube people, the content creators. Is Mello dead? Unfortunately, he's alive still. Some Australian turtle riders, excellent. Why hasn't Bev allowed Betero yet? I think she got kind of bogged down with all the other shit. I'm sure that's only a matter of time, though. My abuser shouldn't be at court. That's a violation either. Yeah, so hopefully she stays away. For the sake of everyone. Yeah, he is seeing the Commonwealth's BS. He knows what's up, He was mad. Like, he showed real anger for the first time where he's like, he called Hank Brennan an idiot. He took it back 5 seconds later, but that was those are the real thoughts that were going through his head, and he just slipped up and he let it out, and it's not like him to do that. But I'm glad to know that is a thought that's actually in his head. You know what I mean? Peter never took a stance on any case before this. It's bad. I didn't really watch him much before this, but I will take your word for it. So good. That's how you know something's really wrong with the situation. Yeah, he went full idiot. All right. Well, anyway, there's a Hooters in Dedham. I did not. Oh, how have I missed that out? There's a Hooters in Dedham and I haven't been. Love Hooters. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get going. But I love all you fine people. And we will see you all for the next episode of Turtleboy Live Tuesday night, the day before my motion to dismiss hearing. And we'll have a great time then. And you guys have a great Sunday. And keep up the great work. Shit's going down. We're going to have a lot to talk about, aren't we? Peace to you, bum grease.